studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
23, mostly cloudy skies at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Weather Service says it is receiving reports from across western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio of a loud boom and a fireball in the sky. NWS Pittsburgh says satellite data suggests it was possibly a meteor entering the atmosphere. A winter weather advisory is in effect until 5 p.m. with more snow in the forecast. The National Weather Service predicts 2 to 4 inches is possible with winds as high as 35 miles per hour. The city has sent nearly $10 million to Pittsburgh Water for unpaid invoices from last year. On the Big K Morning Show, Controller Rachel Heisler said the payment should have been processed sooner, raising questions about how previous finances were managed.
Bills are obviously routed to the controller's office for payment, but they are not initially processed by our office, right? They're routed to the city controller's office for payment, and that payment did not come down for processing until about a week ago.
Officials say the issue is one example of mounting costs contributing to a projected budget shortfall that could reach $40 million. Bad weather is behind hundreds of canceled and delayed flights nationwide. FlightAware says 910 flights have been called off so far, 2,100 delays. In Pittsburgh, about 10 departing flights have been canceled, 25 more are delayed. And long security lines are now popping up at major airports as more TSA agents are calling off sick due to missed paychecks. Here's CBS's Bradley Blackburn.
TSA agents are being asked to work without pay because of the partial government shutdown, which started last month. It's taking a toll. On Sunday, some 10% of TSA agents called out sick, and more than 360 others have quit their jobs.
The CEOs of 10 airlines wrote an open letter to Congress urging them to pay federal workers impacted by the Homeland Security shutdown. In another development, rising jet fuel costs are forcing carriers to raise ticket prices. Israel's defense minister says Iran's top security officials, including Ali Larijani, was killed in an overnight strike. The military also announced it has killed General Gholam Reza Soleimani, the head of the Revolutionary Guard's all-volunteer force. Also today, a drone attack in the United Arab Emirates started a fire at an oil tank farm. The Israeli military launched new attacks across both Tehran and Beirut. The lights are out in Cuba. An island-wide blackout hit last night, leaving the nation of 11 million people without power as a U.S. oil blockade has crippled its aged electricity grid. In January, President Trump threatened to place tariffs on any country providing oil to Cuba, which has been operating on solar power, natural gas, and very creaky thermoelectric plants since. On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is up 365 points at 47,311. The NASDAQ is up 138 points, and the S&P is up 42. In KDKA Sports, Pitt's Blue-Gold spring football game at Acrisure Stadium will not be open to the public this year. The university says the April 11th game will be closed due to preparations for the upcoming draft. And the World Baseball Classic title game is tonight. Team USA versus Venezuela at 8 p.m. Preseason baseball today. The Bucs are hosting the Astros this afternoon at 1. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:04. Time to call One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 for an affordable health insurance plan tailored to your needs. 23, mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and AccuWeather next.
Hey, it's Andrew Filippone for my guys at Comer & Cross. With warmer weather, right now is the right time to call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Before that schedule fills up, your new Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your garage in just one day. And take it from me, you will love it. Comer & Cross makes it so simple. They take all the stuff out of the garage for you. They can even make it secure on site. They'll fix your cracks and pits in your garage perfectly. And one day, you're driving on your gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor. It is an incredible experience. So take advantage of Comer & Cross's great offer right now, the gold standard, a garage floor that's never going to chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever again. And these are pros, not subcontractors. So call Comer & Cross for your free, quick, and easy estimate before that schedule fills up. Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or just say, hey, Siri, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR to speak to them. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Metric Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic, hired by Bowser. 'Tis a fine day to be Irish, Helen Gamble.
Hey, laddie, it is Martin. So, as we head out on the area roads, hopefully you're having a lucky kind of Irish kind of day, because occasionally these weird bands of wintry weather can move through the area and change your traffic conditions rather quickly. But right now we're seeing sunshine downtown, so we'll take that. Parkway East on the inbound commute is slow go for you right around Edgewood Swissvale. Parkway West inbound is stop and go most of the way down the front side of Green Tree Hill. A heads up as you're traveling through McKees Roxborough in the 3100 block of Wind Gap Avenue. That's near the intersection with Chartiers Avenue and also Singer Avenue. We have an accident reported there, and crews are working with downed wires in McKeesport. Slow go could greet you on 5th Avenue near Corson Street. With AAA traffic, I'm Edlin Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy, brisk, and much colder through this afternoon. We'll have a couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could leave a slippery coating, a high of 28. A snow shower this evening, otherwise cold with clouds, low 19. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Wintertime, freezing temperatures, busted pipes. Man, that's terrible. And when that pipe breaks, damage spreads fast. It's terrible. That's when you call Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Yep. 24/7, 365. Residential and commercial water damage emergencies. Stopping that damage, cleaning up the mess, getting your property back to normal and fast. When winter hits hard, demand that yellow van. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Call 412-RECOVER. That's 412-RECOVER.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. Check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
This report brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
My grandfather would read this. He was from Ireland. It was the coolest thing in the world. So on St. Patty's Day, I'll do this in honor. And his wife, Delia, it was Matthew and Delia Griffin. Some of the greatest times in my life happened around them. And my grandfather would read this. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. That rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. It's a beautiful song, man. Sitting there thinking of my uncle singing that so many times at my Uncle Match. Singing that so many times during family events. All right, folks, happy St. Patty's Day. Got a lot going on. As we get to our first guest, I want you to hear something funky. And I want to know if any of you saw this. All right? And then I'm going to talk to my boy Mike here in a second. But did anyone out there see this? See, listen.
Copy, that's the only one. I'll close it out. Thank you. 526. I can confirm that sighting. I just tried to reach you by landline and inquire about it. I seen the same thing, and it was towards the rear of, so it was going towards Children's Hospital in that area. Copy. I'll check with the other channel, see if they noticed or seen anything. Rocket or something burning or possibly a meteorite, something of that, in that nature.
How about that? Anyone? Anyone see that? Anyone catch it on cell phone? Or dash cam? 866-391-1020. It's fascinating. Happened this morning, within the last hour. 866-391-1020. Give us a yell. I'm fascinated by this sort of thing. Meantime, my friend Tim is not fascinated at all by this weather or the situation he's in with no power. Tim, are you at the annoyed phase, sir? You got to be annoyed by now.
I am definitely getting to the annoyed phase, Marty, and thank you for taking the call. I know my wife, Sarah, had reached out to you for some help, and we're on Leola Avenue in Brentwood.
And from what she says, you're kind of isolated, so they kind of seem to wait to get to your house last.
Yeah, it's been interesting. So my wife, she's been diligent about calling Duquesne Light daily, and they can't really provide an ETA on restoration. We've been monitoring that online app that they have to check the status, and it remains to be determined. And what's interesting, though, is the number of outages keeps increasing while the original outages remain unresolved. So, yeah, I'm definitely to the point where we're getting frustrated, and I get it. I understand, there's going to be situations that take precedence over ours, like hospitals, businesses, bigger streets, elderly. But don't forget about little Leola Avenue over here.
How do you spell Leola?
Leola. So that's why we called you, just to see if we could get some attention to our neighborhood.
Hey, what's the temperature like in the house, Tim?
My thermostat is not working, but it is chilly. And we do have pets, a dog. The whole street has pets. We're all pet lovers over here. But, yeah, I'm a little concerned about the pets. I'm thinking about maybe needing to get some propane space heaters possibly to warm things up a little bit. I'm going to try and work from home today. This is going to be a challenge. I was charging the laptop up in the car this morning, trying to see if we can put a good day's work in. But, yeah, it's definitely frustrating.
Hey, my man, did you have to throw everything away in the fridge?
Yes, we did. Yeah, and my one buddy gave us. We were using a electric generator. It holds a charge for about 4 hours, but at night we weren't able to run it, and then would have to take it over and get charged. So yesterday I got a little frustrated. I threw the towel in and just started cleaning things up.
My man,
we'll start over.
My man, I'm going to be on the phone. I know the guys at Duquesne Light. They're listening. We're going to get on this. I promise you, Tim. I appreciate you, brother.
Well, we appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
Sucks. I'm sorry. If you're listening, I know you are. Leola Avenue, Brentwood. Leola. Leola Avenue, Brentwood. Leola. At a very early hour this morning, I texted one of my boys, Andy Amrine from True Value. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Hey, Marty, doing well.
The winter that never ends? Are folks still demanding the snow melt and the stuff that they need to get rid of this crap, sir?
They are. We went through about 20 ton of salt today, and I don't know, about 100 bags of bag products. So, yeah, people are still in need of the salt. I guess they were all hoping that we were done with this winter and let their supplies run down.
But hold on, weren't you too? Didn't you put some of your stuff away? I know I put all my stuff away.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we took all our bag products off the sidewalk and put them in our warehouse. We didn't pack them away for the year because too many times it snows on St. Patrick's Day. So we still had them available and just had to bring them back out of this warehouse this morning and put them on the sidewalk next to all the topsoil.
Hey, is there in your mind, is there a date you remember where it snowed real late into May?
Oh, yeah. I remember April snows, and I do remember one in May. But, I'm done. I'm done with it. I want spring. Even someone like me that loves winter, and it keeps me very, very busy in the winter. I'm ready to, work in the yard and prune my roses and put in my garden.
But you have stuff available for folks if they need it, sir.
I do. We still have some limited supply of magnesium and calcium left this morning. The rock salt now is gone. We sold the last 20 tons, the last tandem load of bulk salt we had. We were gone at, we started at 3 and we ran out about 7 o'clock this morning.
Andy Amrine, my brother, thanks, my man.
I'm not ordering anymore.
Appreciate you, my man.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
It's ridiculous. I got to grab this one call before break. Bob, did you see it?
Oh, yes.
It's Marty.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, brother.
Okay, good. I'm just not used to calling in and hearing you through my phone the
Sure, man.
latest.
Sure,
But
man.
anyway, so yeah, no, I'm coming from Connecticut, heading to Wisconsin, and at 8:55, I actually looked down at the clock. 8:55 is when I saw this going across the sky at an angle, maybe about 45 degrees or so. Long tail, very vivid, on fire. It was probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
Wow. Dumb question.
Yeah.
Do you have a dash cam?
No, darn it.
It's all right.
If I did, it would be an amazing thing to see. It would probably be on all the network news because I had an absolutely perfectly clear, vivid image of it. And I'm in Clarion now, so I was an hour back. So I'm at mile marker 67. I just passed the car. It looked like they had a terrible night last night.
Wow.
The car was flipped over in the snow over on the side. No one's there, but I mean, and the road was closed, or not closed, but in really bad shape. We're talking Interstate 80.
Yeah, got ugly, brother.
I had to get off and go around. And then come back on about, maybe 20 minutes before the Clarion area.
That's amazing.
So,
Bob, thank you, my man. Okay, so he saw it. Anyone else see the meteor? 866-391-1020. Or what might be a meteor. 866-391-1020. Did you see it? 866-391-1020. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Up is we have an accident now, Marty. This is in the Squirrel Hill section of town. The Wilkins Avenue stretch not far from Kinsman Road, kind of between Kinsman and South Dallas Avenue. You want to watch out for crews who are headed to and on the scene there. A crew's working with downed wires in McKeesport on 5th Avenue near Corson Street. Also with arcing wires, this down in South Park Township on Ridge Road at Chris Drive. We have an accident in McKees Roxborough in the 3100 block of Wind Gap Avenue near Chartiers and Singer Avenues. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-566-3062. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-566-3062. That's 800-566-3062.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, they have AI, all right, but it's attorney intelligence. John Perry is one of my close friends. I have brought family and friends into his office. They have doctors on staff to investigate some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania. They care and they win. At Perry Calder, they make sure that you're taken care of. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. AI, all right. Attorney intelligence. Check them out.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. For more than a decade, I've been working with CertaPro Painters doing great work for me, and now is the time. Get a free estimate, get on the schedule at the right price. You never have to wonder what's next with CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
This report brought to you by NJM Insurance.
If you dread dealing with your insurance more than getting stuck in an elevator with an overshare, Bean burrito for lunch.
You have Insuranoia. You should have NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Come with me to get my Invisalign. They walked me through everything I needed to know. How long it'll take, how it works, and what to expect. Then it was time for the real part. They put on the attachments, they blend in with my teeth, they help the aligners grip your teeth and move them the right way. It felt a little weird at first, but honestly, not bad at all. They popped in my first set of aligners, showed me how to take them out, and that was it. I'm officially part of the Invisalign Club. I even wore them at a football game, super comfortable and easy to talk with. For someone who's always filming on the sidelines or covering sports nonstop, this fits my lifestyle perfectly.
Man, they're ready at Oakmont Bakery, folks. Ready for Easter. Hey, remember this. All the Easter orders have to be in by March 31st. Overstuffed nut or apricot rolls. Pasca bread. Wow. Rich enough egg dough braided and baked in a tall, round pan. Delicious. Last call for punchki, and you gotta love punchki. Available in all varieties until Easter Sunday. Cheesecake, fresh strawberries. Allow Oakmont Bakery to be the centerpiece of your Easter dinner. Delicious.
Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Isley's has been a part of family traditions for generations, from famous Chip Chop ham to classic ice cream. These products still remain to be family favorites. We are proud to announce the opening of our Isley store this summer in Pittsburgh's historic Strip District at 2111 Penn Avenue. Stop in and enjoy all of your favorites. We look forward to seeing you. Isley's request that you consider joining them and the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank in raising much-needed funds for our neighbors in need.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Phones are lighting up, and now I have a really cool video sent to me by the chief out of Ohio. It shows this meteor coming down, a clear picture, a bus garage camera showing this meteor coming down, falling out of the sky. Wow. Crazy, man. I want to play this one more time, then I got to talk to my man.
Copy, that's the only one. I'll close it out, thank you. 526. I can confirm that sighting. I just tried to reach you by landline and inquire about it. I seen the same thing, and it was towards the rear of, so it was going towards Children's Hospital in that area. Copy, I'll check with the other channel, see if they noticed or seen anything. Rocket or something burning or possibly a meteorite, something of that, in that nature.
It appears that way. My brother, Mike Fisher, Pittsburgh Scanner, it appears that way, does it not, sir?
Yes, good morning, Marty. It does appear that way.
And you're sending me a lot of posts and data that suggest it came out of the Ohio area somewhere?
Yes, it looks like the National Weather Service of Cleveland issued a notification that they've had a unexpected lightning flash from one of the lightning mapper satellites that they have, and they're saying that it appears it is a meteor.
And what, there was a loud boom?
according to the Northeast Ohio scanner, which is the Cleveland version of us, that they're getting hundreds of phone calls about a general loud explosion, and they're feeling the shock waves and vibrations from it. Luckily, here in the Pittsburgh area, we only saw it. We didn't hear it or see it, we didn't hear it or even feel it.
That tape that you're playing, though, that was a cop who saw it, right?
That was a Zone 5 police officer responding to the single 911 call saying that someone saw something flashing through the air.
What, in the area of the Children's Hospital?
Yes.
Thanks, my brother. Love it. You're the man.
Sure. One more thing. The National Weather Service of Pittsburgh just posted on their X account a video of it. They had a camera pointed right at it.
Oh.
Where it's captured right over beautiful Lawrenceville.
Oh, wow. Thanks, brother. We'll grab it right now. Thanks, my man. Wow. My man Noah, did you see it?
Yeah, I did. Not the first one I saw, actually. 15 years ago, I was at American Eagle. There was one that came across the sky then it made the news. It was blue.
Oh.
This one was, that was a big thing. You see it in the videos. Now, I don't have dash cam, but you could probably see with the videos now how it was a big red explosion.
Oh.
I didn't hear anything over Pittsburgh, but yeah, that was a big difference with this one. When it went, I mean, I don't... You can't judge these things by distance, and because everybody else is explaining. Yeah, it was just like a big, huge fireball that was as it exploded, And again, I didn't hear anything over like Cannonsburg area. We had our windows up.
Where did you see it, Norm?
Okay, we were on. I can't remember what road it was, but we were on our way through Washington County towards Cannonsburg, coming from Menneson. So, put that, we're headed west. Definitely. We're headed towards like 79.
Oh, I'm seeing it now.
That's when it came out of the
I'm seeing it now. Thanks, my man. Patrick, what are we showing here? Where is that, man? That's clear as day, Patrick.
From the National Weather Service on their X account. So one of their employees captured that. I believe that's from the view from Lawrenceville.
Yeah. Wow, that is
very cool.
Yeah, it's big. No wonder so many people saw it. Raz, you seen this video? Wow. That is amazing. Looks like a meteor. I mean, I don't know, but a lot of people saw it. Getting a lot of traction, getting a lot of calls. Wow. Thank you, folks. That's amazing. We will post that video on social and let us know if you saw it or you captured it on your dash cam. Amazing stuff.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different, and I want you to know, taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
23 with cloudy skies at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Just moments ago, the National Weather Service posted on X video of what appears to be a meteor entering the atmosphere, caught on camera by a Weather Service employee named Jared Rackley. Earlier, the Weather Service said it was receiving reports from across both western Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio, a loud boom and a fireball in the sky. Apparently, that sonic boom was heard in Ohio. A Pittsburgh office of the National Weather Service says their satellite data also suggests it was a meteor entering the atmosphere. A Pittsburgh robotics company is landing a major defense contract with the U.S. Navy. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Gecko Robotics has landed a $71 million contract to bring its artificial intelligence and robotic inspection technology to U.S. Navy warships. The company says its systems will first be used on 18 ships in the Pacific Fleet. Gecko's wall-climbing robots and sensors can detect structural problems much faster than traditional inspections, helping crews make repairs sooner and keep ships ready for deployment. Company leaders say the technology can find issues not visible to the human eye. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The head of Pittsburgh's Republican committee wants the state to investigate Allegheny County's solicitor. News Radio KDK's David Ballarado tells us why.
Todd McCollum's complaint filed Monday with the Office of Disciplinary Counsel asks for an investigation over what guidance, if any, was provided to counsel by Solicitor Rosalind Guy McCorkle prior to council's vote on an ordinance banning county employees from working with ICE.
My argument is that either she gave proper advice and it was ignored, or she failed to give proper advice.
McCollum's complaint says federal statutes provide that local governments can't prohibit or restrict communication with federal immigration authorities. And he says it also strips employees of Pennsylvania's whistleblower protections. He hopes the complaint determines if the solicitor gave the necessary guidance, and if not, that appropriate action be taken. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 172 points at 47,118. The Nasdaq is up 124, and the S&P is up 32 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by LendSeek.
Your kids need to know artificial intelligence in order to be prepared for the working world.
This is going to be a very, very common thing they're going to have to use when they enter the workforce, so it's beneficial to them to know how to use it.
It can also be used to cheat on their homework in the here and now. He says it's up to parents and educators to make sure students know how to use AI the right way.
We work with them and let them know what the guardrails are on how you should use it, how you shouldn't use it.
I'm Rob Hart.
At LendSeek, we know running a business takes heart, hustle, and sometimes a little help. That's why we stand with you with our exclusive AI lending platform, connecting you to over 100 funders. If you've been in business for at least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours. No collateral, no prepayment penalties, no red tape. Apply today with no cost or obligation at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
So I'm in the neighborhood, and I see these massive trucks, massive, removing the biggest tree I've ever seen from someone's front lawn and doing it insanely well. Professional, trained, amazing expertise. You know it was Greater Pitt Tree Service, my man Carlos, the best in the business, best price, best equipment, best training, best background. I'm serious, the best. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-8733.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Talking to my man JK, who owns a bunch of restaurants in Oakmont, the best out there. This is the place to watch all the basketball you would ever want right now. College hoops, killing it. Vinny's Sports Bar, 70 TVs. Carnivores Sports, 30 TVs. The cigar bar at the lot is amazing. All my boys, JK's restaurants and bars open at 11 a.m. Thursday and Friday all week. Check it out. The best. JK's Joints.
Every family vacation looks different. Maybe this year it's ocean waves in Myrtle Beach. Maybe it's lake mornings in Deep Creek. Maybe it's palm trees and turquoise water in St. Thomas. Wherever your next memory takes you, SWAC Vacation Rentals has the space, comfort, and experiences that bring everybody together. And when you book direct, you get the best homes at the best price without the extra fees. Start planning your next trip at SWAC, SWACKvacations.com. That's SWACvacations.com.
What is life-changing medicine? The discovery of cancer at the earliest possible stage, challenging limits and transforming the impossible into reality, or connecting people to doctors and specialists when they need it most. At UPMC, we believe life-changing medicine is all those things. Our goal is to change the world of medicine and the lives of those around us. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
No, what's up, Marty, is we have an accident now if you're coming out of the Allegheny Valley. This in Harrison Township, heads up on busy Freeport Road near the intersection with Saxonburg Road. That's right by Mount Airy Cemetery. Crews rolling up on the scene and already on scene with that traffic trouble for you. Crews still working with some downed wires. You could find some slowdowns in McKeesport because of this, specifically on 5th Avenue near the intersection with Corson Street. Still trying to make the commute to and through downtown? Well, you have some company on the Parkway East. You're lining up there at Edgewood Swissvale. The brake lights begin for you inbound on the Parkway West, right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass before the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Rather cloudy, brisk, and much colder through this afternoon. We'll have a couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could make roads slippery. A high of 28 as there could be a coating to an inch of accumulation. Snow shower this evening, otherwise cloudy, low 19. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, here we go. It's St. Patrick's Day, I guess, right? We're going to have a fun day today. It's a Tuesday. I'm with you. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, right here at KDKA.
So, I had to ask the man this, because I'm an idiot. And Colonel McCausland is not. One of the gurus, one of the experts in the world on war and international affairs and government and the presidency. And I can't for the life of me understand a colonel who joins us this morning. So Trump starts a war, tells everyone to stay the hell out. We don't need you. This will be over in an hour. And it isn't. And now he needs them. And you know what they said? Sir, this is your war. Are you surprised by that, sir?
Not in the slightest. And I want to correct you on one very important thing, Marty. You are far from an idiot. You are a very, very thoughtful man. So let's get that out front to begin with, shall we?
Yeah.
But not surprising at all. And remember, this is a president who criticized these allies ever since he became president, threatened to, frankly, attack one of our allies, Denmark, because he talked about using military force at one point to acquire Greenland, backed away from that. And as you rightfully point out, did not consult them in advance. Compare back to 2003 when George Bush led an invasion of Iraq. And prior to that invasion, he went to the United Nations with Colin Powell, gave a presentation on the threat posed by Iraq. That did not occur this time. He went to the United States Senate, voiced the people, got 77 senators, Democrats as well as Republicans, to vote in favor of that war. Mr. Trump didn't do that. He spent over half of his 2003 State of the Union address talking about the threat posed by Iraq. Mr. Trump spoke for almost 2 hours and spent 3 minutes on Iran, about a week or so before the invasion began. And when the invasion began of Iraq in 2003, Mr. Bush had assembled a coalition of the willing of 48 countries. Not all our NATO partners were involved. It was not a NATO mission, but a large number were. And when this invasion or attack on Iran occurred, we had one ally, and that, of course, was Israel. So the contrast couldn't be any more stunning. And then you're right as well. I mean, at one point, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, our probably closest ally, had said when he that it would consider sending an aircraft carrier. Mr. Trump lashed out and said, well, the war's over. We've won. You're kind of Johnny-come-lately.
Yep.
You're not Winston Churchill, et cetera, et cetera. And now we are a couple days later. And, oh, by the way, you should come support us. It's a NATO mission. It is not. NATO is a defensive collective security guarantee. We were not attacked. And we just had Joe Kent, who was the head of the National Counterterrorism Center, a very, very top aide to Mr. Trump and a very, very closely aligned guy with Mr. Trump for many, many years, just resigned.
Saw that.
And why did he resign? Because he said, as the head of the Counterterrorism Intelligence Center, that Iran posed, and I'm quoting here, no imminent threat to the United States. That's what our guy is saying. Yeah. And so our allies are saying, where was the casus belli for this? If you read the treaty, not to drone on longer than I should, the treaty for NATO prescribes a very, very precise piece of geography, which is the North Atlantic area, including the United States and Canada, to be defended. And that's why, for example, when Argentina attacked British territory in the Falklands, that was not a NATO mission. Many of us, including the United States, aided Britain, but it was never a NATO mission. And then last but not least, Mr. Trump has said, well, our allies have never done anything for us. We've always been there for them. The only time that NATO, as an organization, unanimously invoked Article 5 to come to an ally's aid was after September 11th, 2001. And I spent time in Afghanistan, and that was a NATO mission for 20 years. And about 1,100 NATO member soldiers were killed in action in Afghanistan alongside their American partners, and about 10,000 were badly wounded. Based on percentage of population, the country that lost the most soldiers, just based on percentage of population, in Afghanistan was actually Canada, closely followed by the Brits, because, of course, of the greater size of the United States by population.
So what he does, I'm going to do a little metaphor here. He calls his brother-in-law cheap, and then after he calls him cheap, a day later he calls him and asks him for a loan. It's insane to me. And then check this out. What drives me crazy is this crazy inference that I could take Cuba whenever I want. Colonel, come on, man. What are we doing here? Now we're going to take Cuba, sir?
Well, and I know what really worries me a lot in that regard, frankly, were the pronouns Mr. Trump used in that particular. He kept saying, I could take Cuba.
Yes.
I could do anything I want.
Yes.
He did not say it would be in the best interest of the United States to take Cuba, or, we should consider this as a nation, as in our national interest. All the pronouns were personal pronouns. Now, that may be a bit, people might say, well, you're being pretty over the top in saying that, but I think that's very indicative of what's going on. And part of the problem is, as well as an old military guy, we're having hearings right now on Capitol Hill with the head of Northcom and the head of Southcom. Well, the military is not totally without, inextinguishable resources. We're already pulling THAAD batteries out of Korea to move the Middle East.
Oh, wow.
We're moving a MEF, 2,500 Marines, from Indo-Pacific region to the Middle East, okay? We weren't able to react when the social unrest occurred in Tehran a few weeks ago, because why? Because we had about 12 or 15 ships offshore in the Caribbean, and there was nothing in the Middle East that we could assist them with. So that's not a total, you got to, how many wars can you manage at one time? Venezuela could go south tomorrow afternoon. Things seem to be going kind of okay, but I think okay is about where we're at there. We've got a major conflict in the Middle East, which seems to be getting bigger. We should be paying some attention and assistance still to an ongoing war in Ukraine. So let's take over Cuba, and people ought to look back up at what's called the Mariel boat lift back in the 1980s, when we saw literally thousands and thousands and thousands of Cuban refugees heading for Florida because it's only 90 miles away. So if the place collapses into Hobbes' state of nature, being 90 miles away, and the refugee crisis that could occur, you're going to be putting boots on the ground in Cuba just to restore order.
Colonel McCausland, other than that, everything's great, sir.
Other than that, it's great.
I appreciate
Spring training, baseball, it's going good.
I appreciate you, my brother. You're the best. Thank you, sir.
Take care.
He's an amazing man.
Time now for an update from the KDKA Draft Information Desk, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
This will be the first time the NFL Draft footprint will be crossing a body of water. The Draft Theater is being set up in parking lots outside Acrisure Stadium, while the Draft Experience will take place in Point State Park, and that is why the waterways are part of the city's cleanup campaign. River Life is providing resources for maintaining riverfront trails and parks, and renovations at Allegheny Riverfront Park, which is across the river from the ballpark, will be complete in early April. At the Draft Info Desk, I'm Paul Rasmussen.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is we continue to have traffic kind of slow go for you as you're traveling in Harrison Township on Freeport Road near the intersection with Saxonburg Road. That's right by Mount Airy Cemetery, and that is where we are finding an accident with crews on the scene there. So do keep that in mind. Of course, the wintry weather and waves of it, snow moving through at times, and some heavy bands could quickly change your traffic conditions. So do keep that in mind as you travel out and about. If you're traveling the Parkway North, I-279, heads up, we have no word yet from PennDOT on when they might be reopening the HOV lanes. They were closed for snow removal because of the wintry weather and the focus on the main line of the Parkway there. Parkway West inbound backs at the top of the hill. Parkway East lines up at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Do you remember 1981? MTV was launched. Dan Marino was the quarterback for the Pitt Panthers, and PGT Trucking was established in Beaver County. It's hard to believe that was 45 years ago. Since 1981, PGT Trucking has been an industry leader in flatbed transportation, providing quality jobs for drivers, diesel technicians, and office staff in Western PA. Join the PGT Proud Professionals today. Find out more at pgttrucking.com.
What's up, gang? It's Pavel Schley with Schley Deck and Fence. Today I have two of my girls with me. I'm super excited to tell you that we have named two of our top fences after my two girls. The Ellie.
That's me. It's a semi-privacy, 6-foot tall, white vinyl fence.
And the Abby.
That's me. It's a 4-foot white vinyl yard fence, almost as tall as me.
Don't wait to get the outdoor space you've been dreaming about and you've been putting it off for years. You know it. Call Schley Deck and Fence. SHLY.company.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
It's almost that time for us to feed the need with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank on KDKA Radio. On March 24th, our Giant Eagle Feed the Need Radiothon will be raising money to provide meals for our neighbors in need. Text NEED to 50155 on our Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union text line, and your donation will provide meals locally. Brought to you in part by Rome Monument, Hampton Beer Outlet, and by MediConnect. Medicare made simple. Details at kdkaradio.com.
Hey, this is Lisa. You'll only find me at Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. Blind shades, shutters, and draperies are my passion. Call me 724-933-5500, nestexpressions.com.
Hey, folks, have you seen those ads that talk about how you can own it, not owe it at CCAC? Well, it's so true. You can own an education that will get you a good job, and you won't owe a ton of money. 81% of CCAC students graduate debt-free. And if you want to go to a 4-year school, you can save thousands by spending your first 2 years at CCAC. Hey, it's time. Check out the programs and this month's scheduled open house events at ccac.edu. CCAC rocks.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Matt from North Carolina asks, I'm 63 and contemplating retirement. I have 2 main retirement accounts held at 2 different firms. Each firm wants me to consolidate. What should the decision be based on? Well, Matt, I agree you should definitely consolidate. Having one account at one firm will definitely make your life easier. I would look at what each of the firms is providing for you. If one is doing more than the other, that place gets my vote. If they're doing equal amounts or neither is doing much, then maybe choose the firm that has a nice selection of cheap index funds.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
One thing is very clear.
CBS Mornings is clearly fun.
Watching Rocky
He was drunk.
Good morning, good vibes.
Gail came in singing for me today. CBS Mornings.
Weekdays at 7. It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Wow. That meteor thing's cool. That video was insane. Hey, call us if you saw that meteorite. When it fell a little before 9, was it like 10 to 9 people saw it here? Fantastic video. Was that, who took that? What'd they say?
That was an employee of the Weather Service.
It was amazing. I mean, that was big.
Very cool.
And are they sure it's a meteor? They don't know?
No, they're pretty sure.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they were tracking it on satellite.
It's amazing. Any idea where it came down?
It looks like it was first spotted over Ohio.
Oh, wow.
That's where the satellite image that the National Weather Service put out there was showing.
So I'm an idiot on this stuff. So if the employee of the, whoever shot that video, the National Weather Service, he's seeing that toward Lawrenceville, but it actually came, what he's seeing is the meteor is in Ohio somewhere. It's that, right?
Well, no. It was traveling through the atmosphere. You know, it was first spotted in Ohio. You know, think like an airplane in the sky as it's flying across.
It looked like it was coming straight down. Huh.
Curvature of the earth.
Fascinating. If you saw it, folks, give us a yell, 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. A lot of folks still without power. I want to mention folks calling me and texting me they're losing power. We've kind of had this double whammy. All that wind, all the crazy rain, then it hit us again. Now we have snow and ice. I mean, it's been a nightmare. And a lot of folks are aggravated as hell by it. And I can see why. Guy just sent me a text. His power just went out. Carrick, Brentwood, Knoxville. Wow, just lost our power. And let me read you this from my boys in Public Works. It has been a crap show in the city with the snow and ice. Let me just read you. And I thought that it wouldn't be that bad. How was it for you coming in, Patrick?
I mean, coming in was fine.
Yeah.
No, I did go out last night. I went to Harmer to put a charge on my car, and it was rough.
Was it?
The roads were pretty nasty.
Okay, so here's this morning. Public Works. This is the 3rd Division, and they have a terrible reputation. And I'm told to tell John McClory to get his act together and get these people to do some damn work. I'm serious. I'm being told this. Bus stuck. Cars stuck on Beacon Street right now. Cars stuck on Beacon Street. All right? All right. The school bus stuck. Haldane Street. School bus stuck. How about that? How about that? Come on, Mr. Director. Come on, Mr. McClory. The bottom of Beechwood Boulevard. Bus stuck. How about that? It's insane.
Wow.
Greenfield Bridge. Sheet of ice. Cop cars are stuck. Cop cars are stuck. Come on, man. Come on, man. Charles, what'd you see, man?
Marty, I drive a school van, and I was on Stanton Avenue picking up my first kid, and a big ball of fire flew right over top of me on Stanton Avenue at 9 o'clock. I couldn't believe it, Marty. It was right before my eyes.
Wow.
I did a lot of wrong. I said, Satan has come to get me. I said, Satan has come to get his child, Marty.
My man thought it was Jesus coming.
Coming to get their child. And it blew up, and it was all different colors. It was a big ball of fire with red and a long trail of smoke. But I had my windows up because I listened to the radio, and I didn't hear it blow up, but I felt it shake my van.
Lord, take me now. Jesus is coming in a ball of fire.
Hey, Marty, it straightened my life out in 1 second.
Wow. That'll turn you around, brother.
Said sorry so many times. Yeah, I never said sorry so many times.
Oh, my gosh, that's a great call. Oh, that's a great call. My man was ready to talk to Jesus. It is kind of startling. I mean, you see something like that. You don't know what the hell it is. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's headed. All right. I want to repeat this ridiculousness in the city. Bottom of Beechwood Boulevard. Bus stuck. Come on, Public Works. Come on. Center Avenue at Dithridge. Patrick, school bus stuck. Come on. Third Division again. Duh. Hey, should we get the trucks out? Huh? Greenfield Bridge, sheet of ice. Cop cars stuck. Come on, Pittsburgh. Third Division. Come on, Mr. McClory. Haldane Street. These are just blowing up on my phone. Haldane Street. School bus stuck. Wow. Monitor Street. Monitor at Shady Avenue. School bus stuck. And you wonder why they started 2 hours late. Man. And you got a bunch of kids in these damn buses. The problem is it's big, but it's the way it's set. And they're not that heavy, and they slide around, man. Dangerous as hell. The third division, from one of my boys, is like the F troop of the city. They have the worst drivers. Nobody wants to do anything. You can't keep anyone good because of the crap that goes on, and nothing gets done. Come on, third division. Man up, step up, wake up. There is no way in hell, because we've been promised they do better. And now we have a little snowfall, and you got school bus problems all over the damn city, and bridges that are sheets of ice, and cop cars sliding all over. That is not the way it's supposed to be. Wait, let me guess. They'll pick on me for saying the city sucks. Well, if you're in that school bus and you're one of those kids, it certainly does this morning now, doesn't it? All we ever ask people to do is their job. All we ever ask people to do is their job. And pray if the meteor's headed toward your car. Jesus, take me. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Marty. My son goes to Cleveland Institute of Art.
Nice.
And this morning he heard an explosion that shook his whole dorm room.
Whoa.
Yeah, he said he thought somebody fell out of bed upstairs, but it shook their whole dorm room.
Wow.
He said it's the craziest thing he's ever heard.
Patrick, what would cause that sound?
That could be a sonic boom from the meteor coming into the atmosphere.
Tony, that's wild. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. He was freaked out by it, but I just wanted to just share that little bit with you.
Thanks, my man. That's a good school, by the way. Really good school.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
Spring cleaning is upon us, but there's one meaningful box that you don't throw away when cleaning out your closet. It's the box filled with your family's important videotapes, film reels, and photos. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago to help families organize and update their analog media to digital.
Legacy Box is simple and easy. It works and is safe. Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box.
And Legacy Box has been featured in Good Housekeeping, The Today Show, and Rachel Ray.
Legacy Box is like magic, converting your shoebox of memories to the cloud or thumb drive, ready to watch and share.
Declutter your closet by digitizing your media. Become more organized and accomplished, knowing your family's recorded past is safe forever. Take advantage of our spring cleaning sale going on now. It's the easiest task to check off your to-do list.
For a limited time, you can get started for just $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/radio to get our $9 sale. That's legacybox.com/radio to get our $9 offer. Legacybox.com/radio.
My friends at NASCO Roofing take pride in exceeding customer expectations. James from Lower Borough was so happy with the roof work NASCO did in his home that he had them do his mother's roof as well. James loved NASCO's quality work and appreciated NASCO working with his insurance company to get everything approved. NASCO has satisfied thousands like James. Get NASCO on your roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
Had a close friend call me last night. True story. Just retired. Her husband is having dementia issues. Is worried about $15,000 a month for care, which is what it could cost. Immediately sent her to Julian Gray. She called me crying. He was so good. He was so thorough. Set up an estate plan. Protect her assets. Take care of her husband. GrayElderLaw.com. GrayElderLaw.com. The best.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
24 and mostly cloudy at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. People from across western Pennsylvania are talking about a meteor seen entering the atmosphere this morning around 9 a.m.
Long tail, very vivid, on fire. It was probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
That caller and others telling KDK's Marty Griffin what they saw this morning. And the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh has posted on X a video of a burning object in the sky recorded by NWS Pittsburgh employee Jared Rackley. Earlier, the Weather Service said satellite data also suggests it was a meteor. A winter weather advisory is in effect until 5 p.m. with more snow in the forecast. The prediction is as much as 2 inches of snow today, winds as high as 35 miles per hour. We just had a gust of 26 at the airport a few minutes ago. Bad weather is behind hundreds of canceled and delayed flights nationwide today. FlightAware said 910 flights were called off earlier, 2,100 delays. Here in Pittsburgh, about 10 departing flights were canceled and 25 more delayed. Long security lines are also popping up at major airports, but this is because more TSA agents are calling off sick due to missed paychecks. Here's CBS's Bradley Blackburn.
TSA agents are being asked to work without pay because of the partial government shutdown, which started last month. It's taking a toll. On Sunday, some 10% of TSA agents called out sick, and more than 360 others have quit their jobs.
CEOs of 10 airlines have written an open letter to Congress urging them to pay federal workers impacted by the Homeland Security shutdown. And in another development, rising jet fuel costs are forcing carriers to raise ticket prices. Pittsburgh is digging out from unpaid water bills left over from last year's city budget. With that story, here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Mayor Corey O'Connor says his administration inherited nearly $9.7 million owed to Pittsburgh Water. City Controller Rachel Heisler tells the BK Morning Show that expense should have been handled last year.
We flagged the utility bills late last year, about 4 months ago, for City Council in writing on November 10th. In our council budget hearing on November 17th, that there was about what we would expect about $10 million in an unpaid water bill that the city would owe. And I can't explain why the previous administration did not pay it.
Heisler called the unpaid balance a liability for taxpayers. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 244 points at 47,190. The NASDAQ is ahead 151 points, and the S&P is up 40. KDKA Sports, the World Baseball Classic title game is tonight. Team USA versus Venezuela at 8 p.m. And preseason baseball has the Bucks hosting the Astros this afternoon at 1. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. If you're injured, time to hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. 24 and overcast in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Larry Richard for Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. Refresh your home with beautiful custom window treatments made in Lachina's Pittsburgh factory. No middlemen, just unbeatable factory direct prices. Save on blinds, shades, shutters, and more. Professionally measured and installed by Lachina. Call 412-665-4900 or go to lachinadrapery.com to schedule a free shop-at-home appointment or visit one of Lachina's 2 showrooms. Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. The quality you deserve, prices you'll appreciate.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage Company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Formula PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is in some spots we're seeing sunshine, which is very nice to see. And then in other places, as we look around live with the PennDOT cameras, we're seeing gray skies and bands of snow moving through that are quickly changing the road conditions. Case in point, the Parkway North, I-279 near mile marker 4.5. That's right by the bend where you round the bend by McKnight Road there. Northbound and southbound right now, we have a quick dusting of snow that's moving through, and that is causing the road to get snow covered and slick. And so take it easy. We're seeing slower traffic as you move there. Parkway West on the inbound ride, that is backing for you right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass as you head down toward the Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound toward the airport, you're doing okay. Parkway East just has slowdowns between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Blustery and much colder this afternoon. A couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could leave a slippery coating to an inch. High 28. A snow shower this evening, otherwise cloudy. Low 19. Couple of flurries tomorrow. High 37. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Start to shake off winter and get a fresh start in a fresh new ride from Bowser Hyundai in Pleasant Hills. Right now at Bowser Hyundai, the #1 volume Hyundai dealer in Pittsburgh, fall in love with the SUV that's big on capability. The 2026 Hyundai Kona SE all-wheel drive. Lease it now for only $229 per month. Only at Bowser Hyundai. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty. So don't wait. Get to BowserHyundai.com today before these savings melt like snow. Based on 2025 year-end and January 2026 sales results, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $490 applies. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year, with $2,999 due at signing, with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends March 31st. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South, on top of the hill.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, there's this really cool pizza joint. I've never had it. Lelulos. Lelulos. I apologize if I'm screwing that up. I'll tell you why I love them. They're in Plum, and they're giving away free pizza to line workers. Those men and women are out there kicking ass in crazy weather and working 14, 16-hour days and getting power back on. And this wonderful pizza joint in Plum is offering them a free small pizza or 8-inch sub, 11 to 3, Tuesday to Friday. We're trying to get them on the phone. That's very cool. I love stuff like that, man. I love stuff like that. As we get into this segment here, I want to play something that I don't love. This is a clip of one of my favorite state leaders, Republican Marla Brown, out of Lawrence County, as she tries to get cameras in rooms and nursing homes, quite frankly, to save your life or your grandparents' lives or your parents' lives or our lives at some point. Play that clip, please, brother. Thank you. This is a hearing.
Secretary Kovulich. According to the 2024-25 Older Adult Protective Services Annual Report, there were statewide reports of elder abuse totaling 66,719 last year, which absolutely sickens me. There's been 84% increase in the annual reports of need over the past 5 years. In an effort to prevent abuse, I've addressed it by introducing some legislation in the form of House Bill 1350, which would allow residents of skilled nursing facilities to place cameras in their rooms to monitor care. I can tell you from a personal experience, I recently had to, unfortunately, place my father in a nursing home, and I chose to put him in Ohio, which is 20 minutes away from me, because we do not have this available right now. And my father has Alzheimer's, which is one of the more likely groups to potentially be abused. So I'd like to know what your position would be on legislation like this.
Drum roll, please.
Thank you. And we, as the Department of Aging, we are the state unit on aging responsible for the Older Americans Act being carried out across the Commonwealth. We don't have jurisdiction over nursing homes per se, but our role in this space is through our ombudsman office. The statewide ombudsman reports to the Secretary of Aging. The Department of Aging's work is with the statewide ombudsman, and the statewide ombudsman's position is to make sure that we're protecting the rights of individuals like your father, to make sure that they have their voice, that they make sure that they have the supports and services that they need. So really, our ombudsman program is there to just guarantee the rights and the protections of older adults. I would have to go back and look at any specific legislation, but we're always looking to enhance the protections for older adults, but also we have to balance that out with respecting their wishes, their dignity, and their right to autonomy. I understand these concerns with the nursing facilities, but I don't have jurisdiction over them.
Not my job. That's enough. I had enough of him. I want to choke him, but I won't. Marla Brown joining us. I respect and admire you trying, but as my kid would say, my son, hey, Dad, he blew you off. He was flippant, dismissive, a bit arrogant. It's not my job. You have to be frustrated with that, Marla.
Yeah, the part you didn't hear was that there was a long pregnant pause after that when I asked him if he would support it. And he didn't want to answer, so I kept staring at him and wouldn't let him get out of that uncomfortable position. And he basically just said, well, we'd be willing to look at it. But, this passive attitude is just disgusting. We seniors are dying at the hands of these ill-willed people. And you're the Department of Aging, but you don't oversee or don't have jurisdiction on what we can do to fix it?
And Marla, not to be a jag-off here, but he acted like this is some new idea. This is not new. This is not news. We've been pushing this ball down the damn road for years, and he acts like, oh, how dare you invade the private. He hides behind this crap that they want to remain anonymous, these seniors that are getting beaten to death or starved or dumped out of their beds. Seriously, Marla.
Right, and it's absurd because the senior obviously would have to initiate putting the camera in their room. That is their personal space, and if they want to install a camera, they should be allowed to do so. And I can tell you that when I went to Ohio, there were no questions asked. They gave me the agreement, and I was allowed to move forward with protecting my father, thank God.
No one in this marketplace cares about this guy's name, and it's irrelevant today, but what I find to be annoying is, first of all, he's appointed by Shapiro, is he not?
Of course.
Yeah. Which kind of infers or implies that the governor doesn't care about this either, would it not?
Well, it blows my mind that he made this big splash about this Aging Our Way plan that he was rolling out across the state. And I keep waiting for specifics as to what we're actually going to do to protect our seniors. I mean, it's wonderful to put together all these brochures about resources available, but I'm looking for action-oriented steps, things that will prevent these numbers from going up, or in fact eliminate them.
Let me tell you what's really annoying. So this guy's name is Jason Kavulich. Is that how it's pronounced? Kavulich. He's appointed by the governor. And Marla, you know that man doesn't have a phone number. So we have had great success in the past with, in a nice way, shutting down the phones or calling an office for a month until they do what we expect them to do to protect seniors. It's a very effective tool, okay? This man does not have a... Patrick, tell her what they told you. First of all, Patrick is a genius. I'm a kind of an idiot, but I can find a phone number. There is no phone number, brother, is there?
No. And I found, eventually, I did find the media contacts for his office. And they said, that phone number should be answered by a human, but the person who was answering the phone, she retired a few weeks ago. And there's been a temp, and it goes right to voicemail. It tells you to call your local office, and then it leaves you an opportunity to leave a voicemail, and then it hangs up. That's it.
So, Marla, they don't want to hear from the people, is what they're saying, Marla, right? I mean, my interpretation.
That's unbelievable. And, you know, I'm smiling, but it's not funny. These are our seniors' lives that we're jeopardizing.
So we're clear about this. Marla's father is in a care center, and Marla wants to be able to monitor his health because she loves her father. You did not put him in a center in Pennsylvania. Why, Marla?
Because they don't allow this. And I, fortunately or unfortunately in this case, know how many reports of abuse are going on in Pennsylvania. So I would be horrified to know that he's in a center that I can't watch to be sure he's being treated with dignity the way he needs to be. I mean, he has Alzheimer's. He could never tell me if someone hurt him.
Republican Representative Marla Brown in Lawrence County, I love the woman. You know why? She's a leader. She gives a damn, and she raises hell. He showed you a complete lack of respect. He was dismissive and a tad ignorant. Huh? What's this? Marla, I'm going to have to pull my I know the governor card and start texting him and get him on the phone about this, because it's about damn time somebody paid attention to something and answered phone calls and made a difference with this, don't you say? Don't you think?
Well, I absolutely think so. And I can't thank you enough for all that you're doing to continue to highlight this issue. I mean, this is one of our most vulnerable populations. And as I've said before, I am driven to protect them to the best of my ability because they don't have a voice, and I need to be their voice.
Hey, is your father in care right now?
He is. And I went to see him yesterday, and he was very content, which makes me very happy.
And Marla, can you see him on video if you want?
Yes, thanks to you and the granny cam that you sent to my office. Thank you very much.
Wow, so how do you do that? How? You just punch it up or what?
Yeah, I just have it on an app on my phone.
And can he communicate with you?
He can.
Wow. You're smiling because this has to be kind of cool, right?
It is. It's wonderful.
Marla, we need to get this done. You're the best. I absolutely love how you push the ball. We're not going to let go till this is done. I promise you. Thank you, Marla.
Thank you.
Why does she care so much? And the big shot appointed by the governor doesn't care at all? I don't know. We're going to friggin' find out. She's amazing. Marla Brown, Republican, Lawrence County, from the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
depends on where you go right now. So in some spots, we're seeing with the PennDOT cameras that the sun's shining, the roads look pretty dry, and yeah, it's cold and maybe there's snow around, but otherwise your commute is going well. Then in other spots, you can get a quick blast of snow, a quick snow squall moving through the area, and suddenly you have slickened road conditions. It's just going to be that kind of a day today, folks. So extra time is always a great idea when we have these changeable weather conditions out there. Now, the good news is the backups and the remnants of the rush hour are easing off. Parkway East just has a minor tap on the brakes in both directions as you head around the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Parkway West is just slow go at the Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-566-3062. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-566-3062. That's 800-566-3062.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This weather has me outside looking at this bay window we have in front of our house. All right? And then I put my hands on the inside and I feel that draft. You been there? You done that? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Now's the time to go right at this amazing opportunity with Universal Windows Direct. So, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. How about this? 0% interest for 36 months. How about this? $500 off your home improvement project when you schedule this month. Folks, you cannot beat this. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. They're comfortable. They're energy efficient. They have this really cool space saver technology. And by the way, they will give you a free in-home estimate. UniversalWindowsDirect.com.
Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at AmazonBusiness.com.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information every single day. UPMC.
Giant Eagle and Odyssey are committed to supporting Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Donations can be made at any Giant Eagle register through May 20th or anytime by visiting KDKARadio.com.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The granny cam thing has me ready to punch a wall, which I won't do, but we got a plan. I got to grab my boy Bob here in a second, but first I got to grab a Peyton. I love acts of kindness. I love a business that shows it's not selfish, but selfless. I love when a business says, you know what, let's make a difference. And one of my boys sent me this social media post from what I'm told is a insanely good pizza joint and hoagie joint in Plum, and they're doing something really cool for the line workers who work their asses off, quite frankly, in this weather and come from out of state. And we're lucky enough to have Peyton on the line. Hi, Peyton. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Peyton, what you're doing is wonderful. Who came up with the idea?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Who came up with the idea? Whose idea was it?
For the linemen?
Yes, to give them a small pizza or a sub.
Oh, that was mine. I thought about it last night. Actually, one of my best friends is a line worker. He works for Duquesne Light, and I know how hard he always works, along with what I've seen over the last few days with all the wind. And this isn't the first time it's happened this year, but I mean, they've been out morning, night, and everything else. And the last time this happened, I'd done something for first responders, and kind of, I guess the lineman got brushed underneath. But I've seen a lot of people really angry with the fact that they don't have power, and all these trees are down and stuff, and they're taking it out on these people, and they have no idea how hard they're working to get everything up and running.
It's dangerous as hell. Dangerous.
It is. Oh my God, yeah.
And so tell our listeners what you're doing for them if they come in.
So yeah, it's any lineman. It's all that I can do at the time, but they can come in anytime, Tuesday through Friday this week, from 11 to 3, and either get a small pizza or an 8-inch sub on me.
Wow. That's wonderful, Peyton. And Peyton, help me out. Where's the name come from? Lulu's? Who is that?
It's a really long story. It's a really long story.
So you don't even want to tell me a short version?
No.
Huh?
No. We're kind of stuck. Stuck with the brand, and it works. It works.
Oh. What's your favorite there? What's the best pizza there?
Anything with the sweet sauce, because we offer a traditional and a sweet sauce, or I like the white pizza personally because I'm actually a vegetarian.
Oh, wow. And where are you?
We're in Plumboro, 415 Unity Center Road. We're right at the intersection of Old Leechburg and Unity Center.
I absolutely love what you're doing. I admire the hell out of it, and it's what makes this region a great place. And Peyton,
Thank you.
I love you for caring about people that much. I really do, because you get it. You absolutely get it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love that kind of stuff, ma'am. So if you go to this pizza joint in Plum, I hear the pizza's really good, and she's so sweet. I love us. You don't want to spend time telling me about the name. Free food for line workers. Between, what'd she say, Patrick?
11 to 3.
11 to 3, today through Thursday. Line workers, small pizza or sub. God bless them. I know I got a lot going on, but I got to get to my boy, Bob. Bob Garvin, you hear our girl Marl, it makes you sick, does it not? The ignorance and the arrogance and the indifference of these people with these granny cams. It's just ridiculous, isn't it, brother?
Well, not surprising
No,
after
it
what
isn't.
we've been through the last 2 years. But let me say one thing.
Yeah, please.
I was watching the video.
Yeah.
And the representative hit it all in 1 second.
Yep.
When you asked her about the granny cams, everybody should see the look on her face of relief and confidence.
Yes.
That sells it all, because imagine what her father's face looks like.
Hold on. Bob is so smart. That's why I love him. When we brought that up, Patrick, she got a big smile on her face.
She did.
And she can watch her father, and she can talk to her father, but it has to do it in Ohio, because these jagoffs won't do it, Bob, right?
Because her father, if he's in a nursing home in Pennsylvania, is alone. And that is the worst part these people suffer, the loneliness, the disconnect. But the law is clear. You can put a camera in a nursing home in Pennsylvania. The reason it's so totally ineffective is because we don't have the granny cam law, which prohibits the facility from interfering, denying any access, and there's criminal penalties if they do.
Hey,
They
how
don't
about that
want-
guy? He just sat there like, you're bothering me, lady. I'm waiting on, I got to get to the pizza buffet. He could care less, right? Right?
Yeah, but he's still getting his paycheck every other week.
I tell you what I'm doing, and you and I are tight, man. You know me. I am now pulling the governor card. I'm going to go to him personally and say, what the hell's going on here? We have to do that. We just have to.
Well, we've written him too. He's while we're doing what the Attorney General, and everybody so far is really long on promises and short on doing.
No, we're going to get something going. That's ignorant. My brother, I love you, man. Thanks.
Have a good day, sir.
You're the absolute best.
Come with me to Get My Invisalign. They walked me through everything I needed to know. How long it'll take, how it works, and what to expect. Then it was time for the real part. They put on the attachments, they blend in with my teeth, they help the aligners grip your teeth and move them the right way. It felt a little weird at first, but honestly, not bad at all. They popped in my first set of aligners, showed me how to take them out, and that was it. I'm officially part of the Invisalign Club. I even wore them at a football game, super comfortable and easy to talk with. For someone who's always filming on the sidelines or covering sports nonstop, this fits my lifestyle perfectly.
Embark on an unforgettable journey through Japan and South Korea with AAA, April 3rd through the 12th, 2027. Sail 9 incredible nights aboard the boutique luxury ship Azamara Pursuit. Enjoy immersive overnights and extended time in port. Experience samurai towns, bonsai gardens, and incredible cuisine. Relax with fine dining, premium beverages, and shipboard gratuities included. Club Veranda staterooms start at $4,569 per person, double occupancy. Visit your local...
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
24 and cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Pittsburghers saw a fireball streaking across the sky this morning around 9, including this KDKA listener.
A big ball of fire flew right over top of me on Stanton Avenue at 9 o'clock. I couldn't believe it, Marty. It was right before my eyes.
The National Weather Service office in Moon Township shared a video on X of this meteor arcing across the sky, saying the video was recorded by an employee. In Ohio, a lightning mapper and an instrument to measure earthquakes detected a boom as the meteor entered the atmosphere and later hit the ground. Monday was the snowiest 60-degree day on record in Pittsburgh. In Moon Township, the morning high reached 60 degrees ahead of an afternoon and nighttime storm that dropped 6.3 inches of snow. Pittsburgh City Council is urging state lawmakers to maintain funding for anti-violence programs. With that story, here's News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
Members passed a will of council urging the General Assembly to provide at least $80 million in the state budget for the Violence Intervention and Prevention, or VIP, program, and another $12.5 million for Boost, building opportunity through out-of-school time for violence intervention programs for at-risk youth. Barb Warwick is a co-sponsor.
This works better, right? This works better than simply punishing people, simply arresting people and throwing them in jail.
The other co-sponsor, Erica Strasburger, says this will of council will help advocacy groups who plan on going to Harrisburg later this month to push for funding. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 204 points at 47,149. The NASDAQ is up 97 points and the S&P is up 30. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Phase 4 Learning Center and the Tom Reed Armed Forces Career and Veterans Center are Pittsburgh-based nonprofit organizations that help people earn their high school diplomas along with various credentials to develop a career pathway through the workplace, higher education, and U.S. military. Phase 4 and the Tom Reed Armed Forces Career and Veterans Center provide hope and solutions through a unique mind, body, and spirit approach that reconnects the disconnected while addressing regional workforce needs.
So I'm in the neighborhood, and I see these massive trucks. Massive. Removing the biggest tree I've ever seen from someone's front lawn and doing it insanely well. Professional, trained, amazing expertise. You know it was Greater Pitt Tree Service. My man Carlos, the best in the business. Best price, best equipment, best training, best background. I'm serious. The best. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-8733.
Start to shake off winter and get a fresh start in a fresh new ride from Bowser Hyundai in Pleasant Hills. The Hyundai Elantra SE is the perfect upgrade for your spring commute. And right now at Bowser Hyundai, the #1 volume Hyundai dealer in Pittsburgh, you can get 1.9% APR for up to 72 months or lease it for only $129 a month. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty. Based on 2025 year-end and January 2026 sales results, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $490 applies. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year with $2,999 due at signing with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends March 31st. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Now, what's up, Marty, is we have this interesting situation with the weather today where you can be in sunny skies 1 second and then the next minute you're driving somewhere and you have a snow squall move through and your traffic conditions change very quickly and not for the better. So just take it easy as you're out there, folks. Keep an eye to the skies and see what is in front of you as well. And obviously with the colder temps, we could have some slick spots out there. No reports of accidents right now on the area roads, and you just have minor delays both inbound and outbound at the Squirrel Hill, Liberty, and Fort Pitt tunnels, so good news as you are traveling there. Big heads up, weather permitting, and it may or may not, but you could find some shoulder restrictions and traffic shifts on Coxcomb Hill, this between Halton Road and Westmoreland County. This project kicked off today, weekdays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. through mid-April. Safety through the work zone, please. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy, brisk, and much colder through this afternoon. We'll have a couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could leave a slippery coating, a high of 28. A snow shower this evening, otherwise cold with clouds, low 19. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, here we go. It's St. Patrick's Day, I guess, right? We're going to have a fun day today. It's a Tuesday. I'm with you. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6. Radio Big Day.
A lot going on with air travel. We're in this kind of bizarre world with travel. It's so difficult because of weather and TSA walkouts and craziness. In the midst of that, all my friends and family that have gone through the new airport say it's insanely cool. Insanely cool. My wife was screaming about how cool the new baggage system is, so you know. Probably the best spokesman I've ever been around, and was an insanely cool reporter, too, at the Trib. Bobby Kurlick. Hey, Bobby, how are you, man?
Hi, Marty. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, before we get to the delays, my wife was screaming about how cool this new baggage system is. Are you hearing rave reviews about it?
Oh, yes, because it's so much faster.
Yeah,
I mean, we've had instances where, well, first of all, we've eliminated the half mile between the two terminals, number one. Doesn't have to ride 8 miles of bag belt around all the concourses anymore. But, you know, but also the bags are getting there, in some cases, before the people even get to the carousel. That's how fast it is. So it is much, much faster. Huge improvement for folks getting their baggage. No longer, you don't have to wait those 25, 30 minutes like you used to. People would, if you recall, particularly if you were on the old U.S. Airways American system. But yes, 100% better. You haven't been out there yet, Marty.
I haven't. I don't fly much. Not that I'm afraid. It's just we get busy. My wife did. All my kids have. They absolutely love it. I wanted to ask you about. First of all, I have friends that work out there in TSA, and I'm not dragging you into any political conversation, but they're kind of confounded by the fact that they're not paid. It puts them under stress, and so guys call off sick. And it's happening around the country. Have you seen a demonstrable slowdown from the call-offs? Is there some way to define that? But are you seeing any effect?
Not as of yet. So we are seeing some call-offs in Pittsburgh. However, we are not seeing them in a way that's impacting the lines like we've seen at some other places. I know, and I saw in Houston, I believe they were telling people to show up 5 hours before their flights for domestic flights.
What?
Yeah, because they had so many TSA call-offs. We have not seen that in Pittsburgh, the call-offs. We have not seen a significant change as of now. We have not seen a significant change in TSA wait times due to the staffing constraints that they've had. Now, that being said, obviously it's a very busy travel time. We're going into the spring break season. The lines typically get a little bit longer during this time of year anyway, and if we do see call-offs, I mean, that's something that could change on a day-by-day basis. So we advise folks to check the lines on flypittsburgh.com. We have the wait times on there. I know that the KDKA morning show with Larry, they regularly monitor those also. I know you guys do too. Yeah. So, we just advise people to make sure that they check them, be aware, and check with the airline on the flight status.
Bobby Kurlick. Hey, Bobby, add to that this insane weather. 17,000 flights were affected yesterday around the country. What's the word today? What are you seeing?
Yeah, so I just pulled the numbers before I came on. So nationally, not as bad as yesterday, but we are seeing some delays. So nationally, we're seeing about 12,000 delays across the country, about 1,800 cancellations, which is a lot, although it's not as bad as what we saw yesterday. In Pittsburgh alone, we've had about 51 delays today, but only about 12 cancellations, which is pretty good considering the weather systems that have moved through the country. So what causes the delays is you get that wet, heavy snow throughout the East Coast of the country, through a lot of parts of the country. That takes longer to de-ice. So in Pittsburgh, we have 2 pads which can hold up to 8 planes at a time. And so when you get that wet, heavy snow, which then froze overnight, it takes up to 30, 35 minutes to de-ice one of those planes. If you get the light, fluffy snow, you can be in and out of there, 10, 15 minutes on the de-icing pad. So it takes about twice as long when you get that wet, heavy snow, which a lot of the country saw. So you're seeing a lot of delays today as a result of that.
Bobby Kurlick, I also saw on the network this morning, then the Wall Street Journal, that airlines are raising fares, but jet fuel has doubled it already, Bobby? So that fast? Is that true?
I don't know if it's doubled, Marty, but certainly the price of oil, I mean, that's no secret that it's gone up, and that's certainly a big impact on the airlines and how they price their fares. So, obviously there's a lot of world events that are happening right now that are impacting that, price of oil being one, and the airlines have to adjust to ensure that they are able to meet their costs.
Hey, Bobby, have you told folks to get to the flights any earlier than you normally do, sir, because of all the stuff we're talking about?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
We're going to continue to monitor that. We're in close contact with our TSA partners throughout this. So right now, people should get there 2 hours before domestic flight, 3 hours before international, which is the standard. But if you are flying during peak times, and particularly as we get closer to Easter, the security lines are going to get longer. They would get longer anyway without any impact on TSA, particularly those early morning flights. We have a lot of very early morning flights because a lot of airlines park their planes here overnight. So we have a lot of flights that are out first things in the morning. So if you're checking a bag, you don't have TSA pre-check, you should make sure that you are here 2 hours before your flight for sure, at least.
Hey, Bobby, the lines were so insane in some of the airports on tape, on social. I thought it was AI. They were so long in Austin. I thought this can't be real, but it is. It's insane, isn't it, Bobby?
Yeah, and I've seen some of those too, and that's where you get people saying show up 4 to 5 hours before.
5 hours? I ain't going, brother. Come on, man.
But again, we've been lucky so far here in Pittsburgh. Our TSA staff is extremely dedicated. I want to give it a shout out to them, to all the work that they've done, working without pay, through these different shutdowns. Very dedicated workforce, and we're happy to have them.
My man, thanks, brother. You're the best.
Hey, one thing, Marty, I just wanted to share. We are doing a couple of things to try to, we've deployed staff, our own staff and volunteer ambassadors around the lines to try to do everything we can to help out TSA, making sure people are in the right lines, making sure people know when they need to check a bag. And then we are also working with our concession partners at the airport to provide free lunches twice a week or I should say free meals because it's all shifts for TSA and CBP officers. And then we are working with the Pittsburgh Food Bank, and they're going to be setting up a food pantry out in our field maintenance building for any of the affected workers. It's going to begin this Thursday.
Man, I feel bad about this because I know the TSA folks don't make the big bucks. They just don't. And I know that they're stressed out. And it makes me kind of sad that they have, in airports around the country, actually donation jars and GoFundMe pages, and they're getting food from a food bank when these people are out there working their asses off and should be paid. I'm not asking you to get involved in the politics of this, Bobby, but it's really cool that you're doing that at the airport to step up and help them out.
Well, I mean, we know that their TSA is obviously a very important partner here at the airport. We know the dedicated staff, and we want to recognize, any of the issues that they're going through as a result of this.
Bobby Kurlick, the best. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Marty.
It's I find it absolutely ignorant, Patrick, that we're in a situation because these people, what do they make, man? Like in the 40s, right?
Yeah, I think starting pay is like $35,000.
Right on. So it's not the big bucks.
No, it's not.
And this crap that you'll get, I can't stand the ignorant Uranuses online that say they're going to get their back pay. Really? You're making $35,000. There ain't no back pay. You either get paid today or you start getting kicked out of your house or you lose your car.
Exactly. It's just sad all around.
And I get messages sent to me from TSA folks at the airport. They are so angry. And a lot of them quit, man.
300 plus, I think, in the last week.
And to see, and I love what they're doing. What he just said is so cool, but it's disgusting.
It's disgusting that people have to step up to help.
Thank you. That the friggin' food bank.
No, our lawmakers should get the freaking bill passed.
Today.
Get it done.
Jesus. They actually have GoFundMe pages. They actually have cans at the airports. Put money in like a tip jar to pay the friggin' bills for TSA agents. Federal so-called leaders, senators, congressmen, the president should be ashamed of themselves. Call the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
Now, what's up, Marty, is kind of a heads up for folks. A couple of issues with wires. One set of wires down for you. This in the Allentown section of the city on Haberman Avenue near the ramp to the South Busway. So crews are on scene with that. Also some arcing wires. This in Jefferson Hills. Crews are rolling up on scene of this one. This is on Route 885 Clairton Road in the 1400 block. That's near Andrew Drive. So you could find some sluggish traffic there. A little bit slow for you in both directions of the Parkway East around the Squirrel Hill tunnels, but no accidents or problems in your way there. Parkway West on the inbound ride, not bad. Just a minor touch on the brakes right around that Banksville on-ramp. If you're heading out toward the airport, that's a great commute. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Need new windows or thinking about replacing the front door? Larry Richard for Specialty Window and Door. My friend Rick Fish and his local experienced installers have been specializing in windows and doors since 1980. Whether you're looking for vinyl, fiberglass, or wood, Rick features all the industry leaders, Provia, Joyce, Marvin, and Anderson. Whether it's one door, one window, or for the entire house, visit SpecialtyWindowAndDoor.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a warehouse operations manager.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Pittsburgh is on the clock. Our comprehensive draft coverage is powered by Bowser Chevrolet. It's more than just the players. It's the vibe of the city. city. Where to go? What to do? We have you covered. It's presented by Target Freight Management and brought to you by your local AAA travel office and by Groundworks, formerly Baker's Waterproofing, on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Brought to you by the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Every dollar, every hour, every voice, that's the power of you.
When winter settles in, everything gets a little harder for our neighbors. Your support of Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank helps families stay warm and nourished with fresh, healthy food. Give today at pittsburghfoodbank.org. Give family a little more breathing room this winter. That's the power of you.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-770-0850. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-770-0850, 800-770-0850, or biglou.com.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, they have AI, all right, but it's attorney intelligence. John Perry is one of my close friends. I have brought family and friends into his office. They have doctors on staff to investigate some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania. They care and they win. At Perry Calder, they make sure that you're taken care of. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. AI, all right. Attorney intelligence. Check them out.
Hey, it's Marty. Are you tired of pain or fear of falling that's holding you back, struggling with balance, neuropathy, or joint pain? At Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, physical therapy is done differently because you are different. Folks, this place is amazing. I've seen it firsthand. Shoulder pain, knee pain, balance issues. They attack it and work it, and it works. Call today. Monroeville Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200.
A true spa bathroom isn't just about water pressure, it's about the view. Make your shower the crown jewel of your home with a custom frameless glass enclosure from Boulevard Glass and Metal. Check out their easy, hassle-free quote request at boulevardglassandmetal.com. Simply pick a layout, answer a few questions, and send it. They'll get back to you with a price. Or call 412-621-1799. See the difference at boulevardglassandmetal.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Reed Smith celebrated St. Patrick's Day by opening a Boston office, its 34th location worldwide and 21st in the U.S. The new site initially employs 12, half of whom are partners, and Reed Smith expects to add more attorneys in the coming weeks. It marks the first new office of 2026 for Pittsburgh's largest law firm, or fourth in 14 months. Last year, Reed Smith planted its flag at Atlanta, Denver, and Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, aligning its strategic plan to accelerate growth in its private equity, M&A, finance, and fund formation practices. Also, North Shore-based Gecko Robotics announced it secured a 5-year contract from the United States Navy with a ceiling of $71 million. The company utilizes a suite of robotics and artificial intelligence to perform inspections of infrastructure that would be difficult or dangerous for humans to complete. Gecko, which has previously worked with the Navy, will now start working on 18 ships in the U.S. Pacific Fleet. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I got to make a final comment about the jagoffs of the federal government not paying the TSA agents. It's just ignorant, man. Withholding checks on people making 40 grand. And now they have to beg. It's ignorant, man. Costco pays more. Costco. Just saying. Man. And my experience with TSA has been magnificent. Really, really professional and kind. Hey, I wanted to update you on something. Community College of Beaver County. They got jacked with, when did that go out, Patrick? They lost, they were the victims of what we call cyber attack. And someone comes in and takes all their stuff and locks it down, encrypts it, and then demands money most of the time.
Yeah, they took over their whole network over there.
Hold on, what day was that? I'm looking right now. It's also very hard to get out of that, is it not?
Oh, extremely, because what they do is they took over your systems and lock you out of everything. And you can't do anything unless you either wipe the system and start from scratch, or you pay them and they unlock it.
And sometimes, I mean, it's happened to water systems, banks, hospitals, newspapers, television stations, radio groups, you name it. It's very prevalent, and it's very, very, very costly. And so this thing went out last week, and they were lucky, kind of, that it was during spring break.
Exactly.
However, as of right now, from what you're seeing online, what are you seeing?
Yeah, so they did post a campus update. So they lost power with the storms. So they had to deal with power outages on top of all this mess. So here's the update they posted. Looks like 5 o'clock last night.
And by the way, not to interrupt you, sir.
No.
This started Monday, March 9th, so everybody knows. Go ahead.
Yep, and here we are, March 17th.
Wow.
So
Go ahead.
they're still pretty well crippled over there. They have canceled all high school academy classes. In-person classes are back on for some groups, but it's the ones with hands-on training types, like your EMTs, your police academy, health sciences. They're also having to reset everyone's passwords across their whole system. So none of their students, none of their faculty can get in there because they're having to do a mass reset.
Did you say there's a time for this mass reset they announced, something like that?
There's not a time on there. They have one scheduled. It says now through Tuesday morning, so that supposedly has happened already.
A mass reset of your password.
Yep. So when you have to reset everyone's passwords and start from scratch, you got to get them the information somehow so they can get in.
And so a lot of it is still shut down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And I reached out to their PR people, and they're good folks. I just haven't heard from them. They're a little busier than to mess with me today, but it's a pain in the ass. It's very, very time-consuming, very, very costly, and very, very damaging. But right now, they do not have a way out yet. The Community College of Beaver County, rough.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
My friends at NASCO Roofing take pride in exceeding customer expectations. James from Lower Borough was so happy with the roof work NASCO did in his home that he had them do his mother's roof as well. James loved NASCO's quality work and appreciated NASCO working with his insurance company to get everything approved. NASCO has satisfied thousands like James. Get NASCO on your roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
A luxury vacation home where the only decision is pool time or beach time. Your own private indoor pool, a real movie theater, a kitchen big enough for everyone to cook together. Whether it's a deep water dock on the lake or a private path to the ocean, SWAC Vacation Rentals has the place where this summer's memories are made. And when you book direct, you skip the extra platform fees and you get the best price. Give yourself something better to look forward to this year. Let's be honest, you've earned it. Visit SWAC, SWACK vacations.com.
A doctor's mistake can turn your world upside down. Massa Law Group has recovered millions for families across our Pittsburgh region. We're here with real compassion and real results. Call 412-338-1800 for your free case review today.
Hey, folks, appliances are big purchases. Mistakes can quickly become expensive. That's why I recommend Voss TV and Appliance. Family owned since 1960. Pittsburghers have trusted Voss for decades because they do right by people. The Voss family and their entire team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out and provide helpful advice. Before, during, and after your purchase, shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance, the lowest prices, guaranteed.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
24 with light snow falling at Pittsburgh International. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. People from across western Pennsylvania are talking about a meteor seen entering the atmosphere this morning around 9 a.m.
Long tail, very vivid, on fire. It was probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
That caller and others telling KDKA's Marty Griffin what they saw. The National Weather Service in Pittsburgh has posted on X a video of a burning object in the sky recorded by NWS Pittsburgh employee Jared Rackley. Earlier, the Weather Service said satellite data also suggests it was a meteor. Monday was the snowiest 60-degree day on record in Pittsburgh. In Moon Township, the morning high reached 60 degrees ahead of an afternoon and nighttime storm that wound up dropping 6.3 inches of snow. The director of the National Counterterrorism Center has resigned, saying he cannot in good conscience back the Trump administration's war in Iran. Joe Kent claims Iran posed no imminent threat and also claims the war started due to pressure from Israel. Earlier, Israel said its military killed top Iranian security official Ali Larijani in an overnight strike, as well as the head of the Revolutionary Guard's all-volunteer force. Gulf Arab nations came under renewed missile and drone fire today from Iran. The city has sent nearly $10 million to Pittsburgh Water for unpaid invoices from last year. On the Big K Morning Show, Controller Rachel Heisler said the payment should have been processed sooner, raising questions about how previous finances were managed.
Bills are obviously routed to the controller's office for payment, but they are not initially processed by our office, right? They're routed to the city controller's office for payment, and that payment did not come down for processing until about a week ago. Officials say the issue is one example of mounting contributing costs to a projected budget shortfall that could reach $40 million. Pittsburgh Robotics Company is landing a major defense contract with the U.S. Navy. Here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Gecko Robotics has landed a $71 million contract to bring its artificial intelligence and robotic inspection technology to U.S. Navy warships. The company says its systems will first be used on 18 ships in the Pacific Fleet. Gecko's wall-climbing robots and sensors can detect structural problems much faster than traditional inspections, helping crews make repairs sooner and keep ships ready for deployment. Company leaders say the technology can find issues not visible to the human eye. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 88 points at 47,029. The NASDAQ is up 67 points, and the S&P is ahead 19. In KDKA Sports, Pitt's Blue Gold spring football game at Acrisure Stadium will not be open to the public this year. The university says the April 11th game will be closed due to preparations for the upcoming NFL draft. Also, the World Baseball Classic title game is tonight. Team USA versus Venezuela at 8 p.m. And preseason baseball has the Bucks hosting the Astros this afternoon at 1. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 12:03. 24 overcast in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Hey, it's Andrew Filippone for my guys at Comer & Cross. With warmer weather, right now is the right time to call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Before that schedule fills up, your new Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your garage in just one day. And take it from me, you will love it. Comer & Cross makes it so simple. They take all the stuff out of the garage for you. They can even make it secure on site. They'll fix your cracks and pits in your garage perfectly. And one day, you're driving on your gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor. It is an incredible experience. So take advantage of Comer & Cross's great offer right now, the gold standard, a garage floor that's never going to chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever again. And these are pros, not subcontractors. So call Comer & Cross for your free, quick, and easy estimate before that schedule fills up. Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or just say, hey, Siri, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR to speak to them. Or go to COMERcross.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need, sales, inventory, accounting, on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy, brisk, and much colder through this afternoon. We'll have a couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could leave a slippery coating, a high of 28. A snow shower this evening, otherwise cold with clouds, low 19. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, the situation that you saw in Minneapolis with ICE agents and local cops not intervening, all right? It's kind of hit home. In fact, I confirmed it from both ICE and from Pittsburgh cops. In fact, here's what happened. The ICE makes an arrest of this guy who's very combative, and I have the criminal charges against him. Punches thrown, tasers deployed. A Zone 3 police officer stood there. Didn't help at all. And it's all on tape. And so now there's this buzz in the department because a lot of cops are like, screw that. I would have helped. And now I confirm that they were ordered not to intervene and ordered not to help. Irritates me for 100 different reasons. And I had to grab the best immigration lawyer I've ever known, Joseph Patrick Murphy. This is a bad sign, my brother, is it not?
It is, Marty. You look at this and we're drifting toward a de facto civil war. When local law enforcement won't coordinate with federal law enforcement, the law's not getting enforced right. It's I know we don't like it, But that's the rules. I mean, we've always had police departments cooperating with each other, and I hate to see the order breakdown like that. I know that the topic is the topic, right? Police departments are subject to civilian oversight, and if the civilian government doesn't agree with the federal government, they can, I suppose, lawfully order them to do that. But what happens then? What happens then? Well, what you just saw. Now you're going to have more ICE officers here to back up their existing operations, and you're going to get what they got in Minneapolis, an oversaturation. They have to stand up for their own officers.
Man. So, according to my sources, ICE was engaged in fighting with suspects. They noticed the Pittsburgh cops on the steps of Zone 3 stood there watching, 4-on-4. Are they allowed to ignore someone being hurt in a fight? Joseph Patrick Murphy? Huh?
Yeah, the police don't. I mean, generally, they won't ignore it. Right? If it was people were attacking me, I don't think they would ignore it. But there's no real duty that I know of to enforce the law. You can't, for example, if police don't catch someone who harmed you or they don't stop a fight, I'm not sure that they can be sued for that unless they refrain from enforcing the law for a reason to violate your rights or something like that. Here, it's another federal agency. Or another legal agency, a law enforcement agency. It's just an ugly situation. It's a nasty kind of thing to do. It's kind of
It's bad.
Passive aggressive. Yeah,
bad.
It is very bad.
Hold on.
People are going to get hurt.
People are going to get hurt.
They're going to start. Yep. And they're going to start shipping more and more ICE agents in here to defend their own people.
My man, Mad Max, who has a direct line into many sources with ICE. Max, you're the one, actually, who first brought this to my attention. And now I'm told it's on tape. And now I'm told a lot of Pittsburgh cops are saying, screw this, I ought to help them. This is irritating as hell for ICE agents, isn't it, Max?
It is. My buddy was pretty hot when it was his team that they were going after one target, and there ended up being 3 other guys in the car, and everybody's throwing fists, and tasers were deployed, everybody's resisting, and word I got from them is they saw some Zone 3 guys just standing on the stairs with their hands in their pockets, basically watching this whole thing go down, and nobody intervened or helped or provided assistance. So it was pretty gross, I mean, in my opinion, as a civilian that respects law enforcement.
And Max, it's on tape, so there's no denying it. That they were ordered not to help, I'm told now, which is dangerous as hell, isn't it, Max?
Right. And I don't fault the officers, the guys, the grunts, whatever you want to call them. It's coming from the top down, unfortunately. So their hands are tied. And I've actually spoken to some of them on a personal level for other things, and they flat out told me, I will be fired if I cooperate with the feds. And that they're afraid. They're afraid if they cooperate that they're going to lose their job.
Yeah, but Max, what if someone's hurting someone? What if someone's hurting a federal agent? Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have, a duty to help a fellow law enforcement officer. This non-cooperation thing. And the other thing is, these people don't know why these people are wanted. There's a reason they're a target.
Right.
Some of them are wanted for domestic violence, DUIs, drugs, human trafficking, money laundering for the cartels. They got one guy who was afraid he wasn't going to be able to pay his $25,000 cartel thing for getting smuggled over the border.
Patrick, read out loud this oath. I want Patrick, the attorney, to hear this. Listen to this.
Yeah, so I just found the oath of office that the officers, Pittsburgh Police specifically, that they swear when they take their service. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the laws and ordinances of the City of Pittsburgh, and obey all orders issued by my superior officers and all the rules and regulations pertaining to and governing the Department of Public Safety, Bureau of Police, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of police officer with fidelity according to the best of my knowledge and ability.
Joseph Patrick Murphy, doesn't that suggest they should have helped with these arrests?
Well, they should be leaving other law enforcement officers in the lurch. You've got this. There were these 287G agreements. They were generally unpopular. A lot of times cops didn't want the extra duties. A lot of times the local government agencies, boards of supervisors, whatever, they hated them. And, there's a big movement to not sign any more 287G agreements. That's fine, all right? So we're not going to act as junior ICE officers. But this takes it to a different level here. This is watching other law enforcement officers being overpowered by a bunch of thugs and not helping. This is years, centuries of tradition of cooperation between law enforcement, and it's over this issue. This is going to tear our country apart. We've got two heads here, and it's not like they just disagree. And I think the answer and the end of it is going to be, as much as it's unpopular, an amnesty. We've got things like this going. At some point, leadership has to say, look, we did this thing, and now we're going to, whoever's left, if they're clean, we're going to let them have a green card, and that's it. They did that in 1986. I'm old enough to remember, that the pop song that year was "It's No Fun Being an Illegal Alien."
Yes.
And the whole country was overrun, and it was a mess. Nobody could get anywhere. Everything was in cash, taxes. The dark economies are fueled by this stuff. So at some point, you're going to look at the possibility of getting a mass deportation of all these people. It's not possible. We don't have the resources. Our immigration system isn't designed this way. Even if you cut corners, and they're really cutting corners right now, it would take probably 20 years to get rid of all these people.
Hey,
so
Max.
What you do is turn them.
Max, the street cops are telling me they were ordered not to help. Ordered, which tells me it came from the chief and or the mayor or both. Bad sign, Max, isn't it?
Bad juju, Marty. Not good.
Yep.
The ICE guys, are they fed up with this?
Like I said, they felt like they were, left out in the lurch, as just Dr. Murphy said. They're out there fighting for their lives against these guys who don't want to be arrested. And, there's somebody that could help, but they stood down. They were told to stand down, which, is BS, in my opinion.
A lot of them say they're hacked off about this and they would have stepped in and helped. I don't know, but it's not good. Max, thanks, brother. Joseph Patrick Murphy, thank you, sir, as always.
Of course, Marty. Thanks for having me on.
None of this is easy.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents. So when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the one you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I know two women that both graduated from CCAC with nursing degrees have no debt. No debt. Folks, right now, CCAC is ready for spring semester classes. 130 different programs. My daughter's best friend transferred 2 full years of credits from CCAC with $2,000 in debt. That's it. Folks, it's the place to go for 130 programs. CCAC rocks. They get it.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. I've been a customer for over a decade. Why? Because the professional work CertaPro Painters does protects your home, quality paint, worry-free process, free estimates. That's why I've relied on CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, they have AI, all right, but it's attorney intelligence. John Perry is one of my close friends. I have brought family and friends into his office. They have doctors on staff to investigate some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania. They care and they win. At Perry Calder, they make sure that you're taken care of. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. AI, all right. Attorney intelligence. Check them out.
Giant Eagle and Odyssey are committed to supporting Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Donations can be made at any Giant Eagle register through May 20th or anytime by visiting kdkaradio.com.
This is CBS Eye on Veterans. John Burrill is a former Navy Sea, Air, and Rescue swimmer who conducted rescues and anti-narcotics missions. Motivated to serve after the events of September 11th, he shares the story of the rough and tough Navy recruiter that first inspired him.
And he didn't have a shave. He had a big dip in his mouth, and he sat me down and he goes, "Why do you want to join the Navy?" Well, I want to help out. I want to be part of the effort. I don't want to sit behind a desk. I could do that at home. And he said, "Well, hey, man, you like flying in the back of helicopters?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You like shooting guns?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You want to jump out and rescue people?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Sign here." And I was like, "Okay."
It's one of the most successful law and justice programs in television history that continues to uncover the truth and investigate true crime cases. 48 Hours, CBS Saturday, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So the conflict, this isn't unique. It's just unique to what we're hearing in Pittsburgh. This started with Pittsburgh cops getting irritated because ICE would make an arrest, and then they would leave the car just sitting in the street, the suspect's car. That irritated Pittsburgh cops. Now you had ICE fighting with suspects that they ended up arresting, and they ended up having criminal charges, and everyone's getting their ass kicked, and there's tasers flying, there's fists flying, and according to my sources at the police department, the cops in Zone 3 were ordered not to help. So now I just got a text. The order came from Commander Abraham and was issued by two sergeants. The order came from this commander, Abraham, and was issued by two sergeants to stop the officers who rushed out to help. They had to stand there and watch. That's a bad thing, brother. That's just ignorant. Man, it's this has a very unhappy ending. Bad. And by the way, this commander didn't make this up, and these sergeants sure as hell didn't. This goes up the chain of command, which ends up in the department with Lando, and then starts from the mayor. Bad decision, man. Anthony, bad things, brother. This is not good.
It's starting a horrible precedent, which folks like myself have been saying.
You have.
These local officials do not have the right to ignore federal jurisdiction on immigration. You know, I'll give you an example, Marty. What if a murderer from Pennsylvania leaves here and goes to Florida? So he's captured, he's caught in Florida, and, you know, extradition papers are normally sent to Florida. What if that governor says, no, we're not going to extradite him? Well, we don't. Why? Because you won't cooperate, so we won't cooperate. So what are you doing?
Beyond the paperwork, brother, someone's getting their ass kicked, and they needed help, and Pittsburgh PD stood there with their arms crossed.
Yeah, they had a duty to intervene.
Right on.
They had a duty to intervene. And so this is at the table of the new mayor.
Hell yeah.
Who's ingratiated himself to these lunatics on the left, who all of a sudden who are so concerned about illegal immigration. They're so concerned, these Democrats, that they've got our airports run over, folks quitting their jobs because they're not being paid because of illegal immigration. I mean, make that make sense to anybody with common sense.
And by the way, it's irritated the hell out of a lot of the rank and file cops who said, screw this, I want to help them. Well, why wouldn't they, Anthony?
Well, that's where the union should step in. Say, you know what, help them. And if we'll take, because they'll win on appeal. If they get fired for it, because you hear Deluzio and them talk about you can ignore a lawful order, right? Well, you can ignore a lawful order on this because this is an unlawful order to watch your brethren in the law enforcement getting their tails whooped while you're sitting there watching it. It's an absurdity.
And Anthony's right, as usual, starts with the mayor. O'Connor has to give his blessing to this, brother.
Well, of course he did. Listen, they're getting their talking points. He and Sarah Innamorato from the crazy left, like Summer Lee and that crowd. This is all coming from them. This is their mantra. I don't know why they want to die on this hill, but it's ridiculous. Because if it were reversed, if I saw Pittsburgh police being beaten up,
yes,
what's going on here? I mean, this is not a way to do business, not a way to run a city, especially with the NFL coming here with their draft. Because there ain't no telling what may happen.
Well, all this is on video, so all the cops are talking about it. If I can get the video, the public can decide that this is an idiotic idea to not let them help.
Well, but see, Kevin Crosby, his hands are tied because Innamorato is doing the same thing. He told them that those on that crazy council told them, Bethany Hallam and them losers told them to do the same thing. So this is a motley crew here, man. We're in big trouble.
Man, thanks, brother.
All right.
It annoys the hell out of me, quite honestly. I think it's ignorant. I'm gonna have to reach out to the mayor and see if it's true. My friend Craig, go ahead in West Virginia.
How you doing, Marty? Let me start with this. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with what happened.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what the law is. The 10th Amendment was it's actually nicknamed the anti-commandeering doctrine. And what it does is it prevents federalism. What it states in the 10th Amendment is that, I'll read it. It's one small paragraph. Take 30 seconds. The 10th Amendment reserves general policing powers to the state, forming the basis for decentralized local law enforcement and prohibiting the federal government from commandeering state and local officers to enforce federal law, including immigration. Once again, I don't say that I agree or disagree with it, and here's why. This is done on a legal aspect. The federal agent, if what happened in Minneapolis happened and a person was shot, the federal agent would have his case bumped up to federal court where it would be dismissed, and the local police officer would have to stand in front of the local courts, and he would be taken down. He would be
Judge Craig, I get all that, but what really troubles me, the cops stood around and watched these other guys getting their asses kicked and needed help, and they didn't help them. That's wrong, brother.
I agree.
That's wrong,
I agree with that. What I'm saying is I don't agree with how it's written. I would have stepped in and helped.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's a legal thing more than a left or right Democrat.
I have no idea what it is, but it's a bad damn decision. I love Craig. He's very, very intelligent, does all of his research. What you end up doing, too, is internally you end up dividing cops. Because a lot of the cops that are out there on the street saying, screw this, I'm going to help them. And a lot of my friends have seen this video and say, this is jacked up, ordering us not to help ICE when they needed help and could have been hurt. And Patrick sent me a text, someone could get killed. And then what are we going to do? Then what the hell are we going to debate? And you know we're going to try and get that video, and you know they're going to try and hide it and protect it because it makes the city look bad. At some point, they have to do what cops do. Right? 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 Right.
Larry Richard with Andy Amrine from EV True Value to talk about Sniper.
Sniper, that's your hospital-grade disinfectant, Larry. And yes, it's germ season. You need that bottle of Sniper, whether you want the travel-size bottle that's TSA approved. You could put it in your purse, put it in your travel bag, take it with you. Or we got the quarts or the gallons for that big job on it. It's your true hospital-grade disinfectant, kills all germs.
Safe around kids and pets. Go to disinfectwithsniper.com or available at participating True Value hardware stores.
I'm feeling the taste of a chocolate-covered peanut butter egg, potato chip egg, caramel pecan egg. Oh, wait, maybe a fruit and nut egg. Now that I have your attention, hi, it's Nan Cohen for Dorothy's Candies. When it comes to the Easter holiday, it has to be Dorothy's. Visit the store in White Oak, shop online at dorothy'scandies.com, or call 412-678-2723. One bite and you'll know. It's Dorothy's Candies. Dorothy'sCandies.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 26 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Pittsburghers saw a fireball streaking across the sky this morning around 9 a.m., including this KDKA listener.
A big ball of fire flew right over top of me on Stanton Avenue at 9 o'clock. I couldn't believe it, Marty. It was right before my eyes.
The National Weather Service office in Moon Township shared a video on X of the meteor arcing across the sky, saying the video was recorded by an employee. In Ohio, a lightning mapper and an instrument to measure the earthquakes detected a boom as the meteor entered the atmosphere and later hit the ground. UPMC says medical records and patient information may have been improperly accessed. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has more.
Health Gorilla is accused in federal court of mismanaging sensitive information. The company allegedly requested data about UPMC patients that could include their age, name, and medical history, but not their Social Security numbers. UPMC is alerting anyone who may have been affected. Records platform Epic is suing Health Gorilla for allegedly improperly retrieving and monetizing nearly 300,000 patient records. Health Gorilla denies the accusations. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
The Senate is expected to begin debating the SAVE Act today. CBS's Michael Wallace reports.
The Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act would require voters to show proof of citizenship. Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley.
This is what most states do. It's just a few states who don't want to do it because they want illegals voting.
President Trump says the SAVE Act would guarantee the midterms for Republicans.
Why don't you want voter ID? There's only one reason. Ready? Because you want to cheat.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says the Constitution leaves the administration of elections up to the states.
This is a phony issue that Donald Trump is creating.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 78 points, the Nasdaq up 63, the S&P 500 up 18 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
At Billview Associates, we know that unpredictable and volatile markets can be emotionally unsettling. For more than 30 years, our experienced financial advisors have been guiding clients with customized financial planning through ever-changing market conditions. If you are considering financial planning or a reassessment of your current investment strategies, we are here to help. Billview Associates Wealth Management, 412-630-6000, or visit our website at billview.com.
So, we had the warmathon. 2D Mechanical gave away to someone in need a $6,000 to $8,000 furnace free. And that's just the start of it. Bob 2D Mechanical, his people, and I've known Bob since high school, have given away 400 plus free furnaces. Folks, that's greatness. That's a company you want. That's a company you can trust. 412-771-4100, 2D Mechanical. Food insecurity is still a reality in our community. 1 in 8 neighbors struggles to put food on the table, and many are seniors. That's why MediConnect is partnering with KDK Radio to help feed the need right here in our community. MediConnect also helps seniors understand their Medicare options. If you're turning 65 or reviewing coverage, their local experts provide trusted one-on-one guidance at no cost. 888-818-6334. MediConnect Insurance.com. Love them.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
My friends at NASCO Roofing take pride in exceeding customer expectations. James from Lower Borough was so happy with the roof work NASCO did in his home that he had them do his mother's roof as well. James loved NASCO's quality work and appreciated NASCO working with his insurance company to get everything approved. NASCO has satisfied thousands like James. Get NASCO on your roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Rather cloudy, brisk, and much colder through this afternoon. We'll have a couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could make roads slippery. A high of 28 as there could be a coating to an inch of accumulation. Snow shower this evening, otherwise cloudy, low 19. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is attorney Christine Brown Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Okay, here we go. It's St. Patrick's Day, I guess, right? We're going to have a fun day today. It's a Tuesday. I'm with you. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6, right here, KDK.
All right. One thing I want to mention one more time is this pizza joint in Plum. Just really cool. We had the owner on. What's it called? The Lulu's? What? Huh? The Lulu's. I've never had it, but the owner was on. Her name is Peyton, and they're giving away, I love this kind of stuff, a small pizza to any of the line workers. These men and women come in here, man, they work 14-hour days, and it's dangerous. And then it gets windy. Hell with that. And then it gets snowy and icy. Hell with that. And they're working around power lines that could kill them in a second. Hell with that. But they do it, and they kick ass. We've had power out back in the day for up to a week. Honestly, I've had engagement with Duquesne Light folks my entire career. They work their asses off. They're communications people, hit or miss. The guy they have now, Matt, is a badass. Never lies, always responds. I mean, people text me and say they're lying, they suck. I get all that, but they do listen. They listen to the show. And here's an example. My man, Tim, let there be heat, brother. Let there be heat. All right, Tim?
Yeah, this is Tim from Leola. Marty, you are the man. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to you and Duquesne Light. They got here. It wasn't 15 minutes after I talked to you. I saw the truck come up the street. Seemed like they were able to make quick work of that. We have heat here on Leola, nice. And we appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, your wife, too, she was raising hell.
She's a hellraiser, yeah.
She told me to call her because she's angrier than you.
Well, you said that, not me, but yeah, you got the job done.
So hold on. So you're working at home right now?
I am plugged in. I'm working, being productive. Yeah, my pets have heat. I have heat. Yeah, it's a good day.
Okay, so the house is warming up pretty fast?
Indeed.
And so they showed up. What time this morning, brother?
Oh, I'm telling you, it couldn't have been like 15 minutes after we talked, so 11:30-ish or something. Oh, no, yeah, maybe 11:30 tops. Yeah.
I always ask the listeners, and I asked your wife to give me the address and I sent it to my people at Duquesne Light, and they got over there and they did their job. You're the man, brother. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you, man.
You're the man. Appreciate you. Thanks.
It works. I mean, it's easy to pick on the utilities people. It is, but as you try and figure out what actually happened, I've had issues with them, and they resolve them, truly. I try to be very kind about it. People think I'm not sometimes, but okay. We all have different approaches. It's actually kind of funny. We had a wonderful young woman in here from the Pittsburgh Magazine yesterday. Emily? Yeah. Very cool. Very mature. Right?
Loved her.
Loved her. She's writing a piece on me and writing a piece on the social media, the threatening stuff, folks that want to kill me or burn down my house. The guy wanted to burn down the house last week. I'm not being flippant about it. It's actually very serious stuff. And she spent, I don't know, man, she got here at 9 o'clock, so she was here till 3 o'clock, so pretty big chunk of her day. It's actually mildly entertaining because we had a hell of a show. We had a lot of content, and she asked a lot of questions, quite frankly. And we got back, we have a little office, and we were showing her how Patrick has built kind of this virtual set. It's very cool. It has Get Marty on it, blah, blah, blah. And she looks at me and says, why does everybody hate you? Trevin, my man. Trevin, come on, man. Jump in here. The water's cold.
Yes, sir.
Why does everybody hate me? She was a complete stranger to this environment in this show, and she's going off, and Trevin sees this stuff. In fact, Trevin gets some of the psycho callers. So answer that question, Trevin, the most honest man on this platform.
You know, Marty, I told you before, we had this conversation where people are angry, people are scared, people are upset, people feel invisible, people feel voiceless. So I think they come from that. I don't think they come from where they look at you and say, you, that person, I can't stand you, I hate you. Everyone is so frustrated. Well, I can't say everyone because then I'm generalizing.
No, it's true.
A lot of people are very frustrated because of the environment and because of the climate. This is a long, drawn-out answer. I apologize.
No, it isn't. I love this stuff.
But for you, and I'm thinking for you, Colin, Larry, you guys expose yourselves to everything and anything the minute you open the mic. People listen to that, they digest it, and depending on, and I speak with Patrick about this all the time, perspective. People are operating from their perspective. Everybody has a different perspective and a different experience. So I don't think people, and I'm hoping that I'm right when I say this, I don't think people hate you. I think it's just that the energy and the frustration and the dealing with certain things, and they don't agree with you. Of course, they're not going to agree with everything you say. I think that's what comes out. But unfortunately, though, Marty, I mean, I sound like
cool.
romantic.
They love us when they need. Hey, brother, they love us when they need us.
You get the threats. You get stuff that is scary.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
They love us when they need us, my man.
Of course. Everyone's going to love you when they need you.
Hey, welcome back, man. We missed you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate being back.
Patrick, I gotta read you a couple things that happened. I'm not picking on Pittsburgh. I'm not picking on the St. Patrick's Day parade, but this is a couple of the things that the idiot, moronic teenagers did. This is crazy. Wait till you hear this stuff.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is from Cops on Scene, so this isn't rhetoric or BS. So here we go. Wow. Couple things. Let me get to it. There was a person at the on the top of a parking garage, and they hit one of the Shriners with an object. They threw an object, and the Shriner had to go to an emergency. End of the parade, Patrick. Someone from the top floor of the parking garage, Boulevard of the Allies in Wood Street, threw a small object, hit a Shriner in the nose. This is a teenager.
Oh, my God.
Had to go to urgent care, had to be rushed to urgent care, was bleeding from their face.
I mean, that could have killed somebody.
Yep. This is where we're at with the teenagers in downtown. We got into this yesterday. They were throwing bottles at workers in Market Square. There were 50 people fighting in front of the Nicholas Coffee in Market Square. And then this Public Works comes in, and they're working their butts off, and they're trying to do their job. Teenagers were throwing objects at their trucks. This is what's happening downtown with teenagers. I have found this insane explosion in violence with teens, and particularly in downtown Pittsburgh. I have clips from yesterday with water bottles being thrown, 50 people fighting. I do. Last week we had 6 teens knocked a 55-year-old grandmother unconscious downtown. I do. And now you have these wonderful Shriners in this parade, and some idiotic future felon teen decides that they think it's cute to hit that Shriner in the head with an object. Could have killed him. And then the other teens, a big gang of them, thought it would be cute if they threw objects at public works people trying to do their damn job. At some point in time, we're going to have to wrap our arms around this madness, or it will get worse and worse and worse.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team when they discuss recipe disasters and how you fix them. It's the Coons Cooking Hour presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
Y108 presents Odyssey, The Night Before, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, starring Jason Aldean.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm Jason Aldean.
With special guests John Morgan and Shane Prophet. Wednesday, April 22nd, inside the Event Center at Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. You can't buy a ticket to this show. You can only win your way in. Full details at Y108.com. Presented by Miller Lite and brought to you by your local AAA travel office. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Ross Park Mall, and Broken Bow Records.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
This is an important message for anyone struggling with $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or personal loans. Due to ongoing inflation, job loss, and the rising cost of living, many Americans are facing overwhelming credit card balances. If you're drowning in credit card debt, you may qualify for powerful debt relief options currently being offered by National Debt Relief that can significantly reduce what you owe. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a debt consolidation loan. You could qualify for this debt relief option and only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe. Act now to see if you qualify. With thousands of 5-star reviews online and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, National Debt Relief has helped over 1 million consumers with their debt that qualified for this relief option. So don't wait. Call the Debt Reduction Hotline now. Dial 800-428-5757. 800-428-5757. That's 800-428-5757.
Why deal with crowded hotels and packed pools when you can have the whole place to yourself? At SWAC Vacation Rentals, some homes come with private lazy rivers, indoor pools, massive game rooms, and outdoor kitchens built for the whole crew. These aren't hotel rooms, they're private vacation playgrounds, managed by us, cared for by us, and ready when you arrive. And when you book direct, you keep more of your vacation budget where it belongs, with you. Find your unforgettable stay at SWAC. SWACKvacations.com. That's SWACKvacations.com.
Think your health insurance isn't changing? Think again. Premiums are rising, subsidies may go away, and expensive surprises loom. Have Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman from One Health Benefits be your health insurance advocates. From Medicare changes to ACA plans, the One Health Benefits experts navigate the insurance maze at no cost to you. Before you renew or enroll, call One Health Benefits. They work for you, not the insurance companies. Call 724-799-8873 or go to onehealthbenefits.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. AI chipmaker NVIDIA announcing partnerships on self-driving vehicles with both Uber and Lyft. Uber, we know, is planning to launch a fleet of autonomous cars in 28 cities around the world within 2 years. Shares of Uber and Lyft both higher today, around 4 to 5%, while elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks lost a little bit of earlier steam after a top U.S. counterintelligence official quit the administration, questioning just how real a threat Iran really was, and President Trump lashed out against longtime allies of the U.S. that have rejected his appeals for help to safeguard ships in the Persian Gulf. Right now, though, on Wall Street, the Dow 0.25% higher, NASDAQ up nearly 0.5%, the S&P 0.33% higher. And Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav could take home upwards of $667 million in profit on the sale of his company to Paramount Skydance. That includes $335 million in reimbursement for taxes he would have to pay. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Today was one of those days where I was dropping F-bombs in the dark. This is when you're lucky there's no one around when they hear me mumbling to myself F-bombs. Because if they did, they would put me in those straitjacket things and take me to Western Psych for a couple days. But what happens is, and if you're one of those folks that does this, I'm the sidewalk guy and the driveway guy and the snowblower guy. And so the weather people said, a little dusting. I'm cool with a little dusting. Little dusting my ass. I get up early, man. I got up this morning at, I swear, 5 after. Here's what happens. When I generally get up at 4:20, when you get up at 4:05, you can't go back to sleep for 15 minutes. So my day started at 4:05. And I immediately look out the window and I dropped an F-bomb. My wife goes, huh? Huh? A true story. It's a true story. Because the dusting turned into like, how much did you get, Patrick? We got like 2 inches, and it was icy, too.
We got icy? About 5.
5?
Yeah, about 5.
And this was icy, man. And here's what happens. The first one out the door is that damn dog. And we have this side porch, and the steps get icy. And so I got to think about several things. I got to put on sweatpants and these ugly shoes and a big coat and sweats. And then I'd put all the snow crap away. Did you put yours away, or was it ready to go?
Mine was still ready, actually.
Yeah, whatever. Shell answer, man.
Nah, dragged it to the garage. It wasn't hard.
Oh, wow. I just sent a text to Joanna Dovin about going on riding Waymo, because they're testing and they're going to get us a ride in Waymo. She's in London. See, this is what big shots do. Right. Right? Right. We're downtown. We're in friggin' Oakland. So anyway, I had to go into my little gym and unpack this big orange can where I put the salt, and then I bring another 50-pound bag out, and then you have to pour that, and the whole time I'm dropping F-bombs. And I'm alone, and these are all signs of a distressed, angry old white guy. But all I'm thinking is, why do we live here? Because just when you think, and we have a really long driveway, and people come down it, Elvira comes, and the mailman comes, and Elvira is late 70s. I cannot have her walking down anything that isn't completely salted. And then the side steps, sometimes we get groceries delivered. Giant Eagle does a hell of a job of that. They all do, actually. Walmart, all of them. And I can't have them coming up the steps with the ice, because a lot of men, because they're lazy, they blow it off. I can't. I can't. Because what happened about 15 years ago, I didn't drop enough salt, and Elvira fell and broke her wrist. And I see that in my subconscious, and so I'm out there throwing salt at 4:20 in the morning. The first thing I said to Christine, my wonderful wife, who's always pleasant, we're not doing this. My wife says, we're going to Florida when you retire. It's just awful. Because your mind has shut down this crap, the ice and the snow and the... Oh my, Kimberly, I got to get her. I had her text, call me. All right, let me get her. Put her on hold. Thanks, brother. I just saw a message from her. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
How long have you not had power, my dear?
Since 5 o'clock of Friday afternoon.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so we're actually in a hotel now. We had to put ourselves up in a hotel.
Oh.
Because we were freezing. I slept in my car 2 nights in a row because it was so cold in my house. I couldn't take it. So finally we had to break down and go into emergency funds and come into a hotel.
And Kimberly, because then what you get into is now you're spending your money, and now the pipes in your house could burst.
Right, exactly. I didn't even think of that, but you're right on that. We came here last night under emergency circumstances because it became blizzardous. And they were there. The crews were hanging out. I say hanging out literally. Last Friday they came up. Then they came Saturday. They were there whole day Saturday. Every time we come out, they're walking around, talking and yakking. Okay, so then they finally started working when it started getting late in the evening. Then they got the 600 block. Their lights are on, and Olivant Street, where the power plant is located, their lights are on. But we're like right there, and we have no lights or power or anything. All our food, freezer, we got to throw everything out. And the safety issue, I started getting sick. We had a 90-year-old woman. She's in this hotel, too. She's 94 years old. We had to bring her here because she was getting sick in her house. And they have told us one story after another. Every time we call, it's a different story. Okay, we called Duquesne Light. We'll be out. Their crews are coming. They never come. And then they said, we'll have you on by 1 o'clock Saturday. That didn't happen. Then they told us 10 o'clock yesterday. It didn't happen. Now we're calling today. We don't know when we'll have it restored. We're sorry that we don't know. The story keeps changing.
All right, do me a favor, my dear. Where do you live? Let's get this done.
725 Dunmore, Dunmore. It is the 12th ward of the city of Pittsburgh.
12th ward. What neighborhood?
This is Lincoln and Leamington. And as I stated, 200 feet from Duquesne Light's power plant. You can see that they're all lit up with power. They have power at the power plant. And we are looking out our window at everybody with power. And I was crying the other night because I was so cold. And the mayor, I'm sorry to have to criticize him. People keep saying it's not his fault. I know it isn't. But he has not even addressed this. Every time that I get power, I go to my phone with my car to get a little bit of juice on my phone.
Yep.
I turn it on. He's up here. Oh, we're taking pictures. We're over here at the Ebenezer Church.
True.
Now we're over
True.
here.
True.
I'm chasing leprechauns around downtown. I'm like, you have an emergency situation over here, son. I don't understand why you're not saying, people, bear with us. We know your problem.
I agree with
He
you.
hasn't said a damn thing.
I agree with
Nothing.
you. I agree with you.
And
I'm
he's
going to put you on hold. Hold on. I got to put you on hold and get your number. We're not letting go of this one. Grab her number for me, brother. I really appreciate that. Okay, so she's at 725 Dunmore. Dunmore. 725 Dunmore. I love her. We got to help her. 725 Dunmore. I'd be ready to snap. Friday till now, no electricity? Hell yeah.
We're only 37 days until the draft. Everything you need to know surrounding the draft is right here. It's brought to you by Bill Few Associates Wealth Management. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Shopping for replacement windows? Metropolitan Window Company elevates your shopping experience.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you'll experience personalized knowledge, expertise, and professionalism from our first visit to your home until our craftsmen complete your installation.
We're the window company that people want in their homes, and our exclusive Infinity by Marvin 100% fiberglass windows are the windows people love.
They're built for life. They are the strongest, longest-lasting windows you can buy.
And we have a great selection of colors and finishes. Experience Metropolitan Window Company. Stop by our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411. PA 1565.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 26 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick for all your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath. TrustPJ.com. People from across western Pennsylvania are talking about a meteor seen entering the atmosphere this morning around 9 a.m.
Long tail, very vivid, on fire. It was probably one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
That caller and others telling KDK's Marty Griffin what they saw. The National Weather Service in Pittsburgh has posted on X a video of a burning object in the sky recorded by the National Weather Service Pittsburgh employee Jared Rackley. Earlier, the Weather Service said satellite data also suggested it was a meteor. Monday was the snowiest 60-degree day on record in Pittsburgh. In Moon Township, the morning high reached 60 degrees ahead of an afternoon and nighttime storm that dropped 6.3 inches of snow. The director of the National Counterterrorism Center has resigned, saying he cannot in good conscience back the Trump administration's war in Iran. Joe Kent claims Iran posed no imminent threat and also claims the war started due to pressure from Israel. Earlier, Israel said its military killed top Iranian security official Ali Larijani in an overnight strike, as well as the head of the Revolutionary Guard's all-volunteer force. Gulf Arab nations came under renewed missile and drone fire today from Iran. The city has sent nearly $10 million to Pittsburgh Water for unpaid invoices from last year. Controller Rachel Heisler said the payment should have been processed sooner, raising questions about how previous finances were managed.
Bills are obviously routed to the controller's office for payment, but they are not initially processed by our office, right? They're routed to the city controller's office for payment, and that payment did not come down for processing until about a week ago.
Officials say the issue was one example of mounting costs contributing to a projected budget shortfall that could reach $40 million. A Pittsburgh robotics company is landing a major defense contract with the U.S. Navy. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has details.
Gecko Robotics has landed a $71 million contract to bring its artificial intelligence and robotic inspection technology to U.S. Navy warships. The company says its systems will first be used on 18 ships in the Pacific Fleet. Gecko's wall-climbing robots and sensors can detect structural problems much faster than traditional inspections, helping crews make repairs sooner and keep ships ready for deployment. Company leaders say the technology can find issues not visible to the human eye. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 132 points, the Nasdaq up 89, the S&P 500 up 23 points. KDK Sports, Pitt's Blue Gold Spring football game at Acrisure Stadium will not be open to the public this year. University says the April 11th game will be closed due to the preparations for the upcoming NFL draft.
Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, save more on what goes into the job. Add power to your lineup with a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt 20-volt max tool. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and more. Get the job done right. Keep more in your pocket. That's Pro Savings Days. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather Forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Blustery and much colder this afternoon. A couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could leave a slippery coating to an inch. High 28. A snow shower this evening, otherwise cloudy. Low 19. Couple of flurries tomorrow. High 37. For AccuWeather, I'm Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You've spent decades building your savings and planning for the future. Now the focus shifts from accumulation to protection, from growth to sustainable income you can depend on. Secure Money Advisors helps retirees build structured retirement plans designed to help protect what they've worked so hard to build and preserve. Go to righttrackbook.com to claim your complimentary copy today. That's righttrackbook.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
Start to shake off winter and get a fresh start in a fresh new ride from Bowser Hyundai in Pleasant Hills. The Hyundai Elantra SE is the perfect upgrade for your spring commute. And right now at Bowser Hyundai, the #1 volume Hyundai dealer in Pittsburgh, you can get 1.9% APR for up to 72 months or lease it for only $129 a month. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty. Based on 2025 year-end and January 2026 sales results, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $490 applies. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year, with $2,999 due at signing with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends March 31st. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South. On top of the hill.
Make 380 Auction of Murraysville your next stop for all your spring needs. They're gearing up for spring at 380 Auction. The fresh produce is back. 380 Auction has name brand furniture, tools, automotive supplies, pet supplies, lawn and garden, toys, food, and new items arriving daily. 380 Auction is open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday noon to 5 through March. Call 724-339-3132 or log on to shop380.com TurboTax.com and save. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File in the Credit Karma app.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
There's an amazing story in the Wall Street Journal about life in Israel. That this incredibly resilient country of insanely committed folks. I love them. Love. They have safe rooms in every house, and they've learned to live this way, man. They've learned to learn and cook and clean and teach in shelters, and they just adapt. I had to send this video to my dear friend Jen, who's a Pitt professor, born and raised here, but in Tel Aviv as a professor right now. And I sent her this video of these IDF soldiers cheering, watching this missile intercept an Iranian missile last night over Tel Aviv. Jen joins me. Have you seen that happen, Jen? And what's that experience like?
So, I mean, when those alerts go off, you're supposed to run inside. So I've tried to set a good example for my family and for my kids. So when we hear the sirens, we run inside and we run into the shelter. And Israelis are pretty good about that. I think what you saw were, soldiers at a military base able to celebrate. We were actually out walking in the park over the weekend, and the sirens went off, and there was certainly a shelter nearby, but we couldn't find it.
Wow.
And as we're going to a closed space, my 11-year-old daughter points in the sky and she says, "I see something, Mommy." And I look up, and there in front of us, it was pretty far away, but it was an Iranian cluster bomb that had exploded over the city. And what those cluster bombs do is they're filled with small munitions, and they're really intended to harm civilians.
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't strike this one down, but the damage these actually do on the ground are far less than the ballistic missiles, but they spread out the damage over a wider period. We were fine. We made it to a covered space. We hear them all. We hear all of the interceptions.
Man, Jen. So the great disconnect is occurring in America right now. Trump's approval rating is about the lowest it's been of any president in decades. And Americans don't know the end game. Americans are dissatisfied with the possibility of putting Marines on the ground because they have Marines headed that way. And to juxtapose that, Jen, she sent me this amazing billboard in Tel Aviv that says, it's massive too, "Thank you, God and Donald Trump." He's that popular. He's up there with God there, right?
He's up there with God, and I got to tell you, there are billboards all over this country now. I was just driving up north this afternoon, and I could see there's billboards everywhere, and they say they have an American flag and an Israeli flag saying we're in this together, and there's a lot and American flags everywhere. I was just in one suburb of Tel Aviv. They just decorated the middle of their town with American flags. And, but I do think it's important for, people in Pittsburgh to understand that although Israelis really value this relationship, I think they're very worried about some of the narratives that are coming out of the U.S. right now. Saw this morning that Joe Kent stepped down from his position as, and he says, Trump blames Israel for this. And, Israelis are sort of scratching their heads saying, we're a small country of around 10 million people. Trump's a big guy. Who tells President Trump what to do? Little Israel, a country of 10 million people that's really far away. I think they'd like to believe that they have such influence, but they're really nervous about that kind of rhetoric coming out of Washington and that kind of coming out of the U.S. in general, this kind of conspiratorial talk that Israel is behind everything.
What he also said, Jen, and you know this because you're brilliant, quite frankly, is that he saw no threat from Iran. In essence, saying we shouldn't have done this. And that's really kicked people in the you-know-whats.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, we know the ballistic and look what they're doing right now to the Strait of Hormuz. And I'm just really nervous as someone who's been through a lot of wars before.
You have.
I'm nervous that the American public sees this as a video game, sees that we're, once
No.
a happy ending
Come
in
on,
10 days.
You know this
Yeah.
better than anyone. What they
Yeah.
see is we're pushing 20 dead soldiers. What they see is 200 injured soldiers. What they see is a $20 billion spent and no end in sight. What they see is their gas prices up 80 cents a gallon in a week.
Totally agree.
And Jen, they're getting
Marty, I
they're
agree
getting
with
hacked
you
off, my
completely.
friend. Go ahead. I love you. Go ahead.
I agree. And I think that for this reason, a lot of people in Israel are saying that we don't want to have this relationship with the United States anymore, that it is strategically liable. It's a liability to them and their own national security. And what I see is, people are hacked off because the gas prices are going up. And look, this was completely... I think everyone understood when this war started that the Strait of Hormuz was going to be the epicenter of this action. And people, President Trump made a decision taking the country into war.
Yes.
That he's putting soldiers' lives at risk. This is a very serious decision. And I do believe that there were very serious strategic threats coming from Iran. Joe Kent's wife was killed his first wife was killed by an Iranian attack in Syria.
It's true.
She was, so the Iranians have how many hundreds, if not thousands of American soldiers died in Iraq because of Iran's threat. And the fact that the Iranians were building, not just the ballistic missile threat would have made them untouchable to our allies in the region. They were rebuilding their nuclear threat. This was not a good group of people. And let's hope that this war for everyone, this war ends sooner rather than later.
Hey, Jen, I know you so well by now, and I love your emotions, and you're so honest. So I was texting you back and forth about the homegrown terror attacks we're now seeing because people hate Israel in America. There are groups that want anyone related to Israel dead. Guy drives a damn truck in the center of a friggin' synagogue. Does that scare you for the folks here in Pittsburgh? And the Jews have been attacked here in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Marty, let me tell you something. We can blame Israel for this. I think Israel becomes a convenient excuse.
It is.
I want to remind you that I celebrated my bat mitzvah at Tree of Life.
Wow.
Okay, that had nothing to do with Israel.
Nope.
It had to do with just pure Jew hatred and going after synagogues because you don't like Israel.
How many times was your house attacked in Pittsburgh? How many times your house attacked in Pittsburgh?
Twice. Yeah. Okay. So, this is a sickness.
Yes.
You can criticize Israel. You can criticize Netanyahu. When you start going after Jews in the United States, that's a sickness.
Horrible.
And we're seeing this sickness on all sides of the political aisle. And frankly, I don't think it's the job of the Jews in the United States to distance themselves from Israel. And I don't think it's the job of the Jews in the United States to make an argument for why they should be treated as human beings.
I agree.
I see the rest of this country having a real sickness. And we know, look, I've been to many, many places on this earth.
You have.
And I go to bookstores and I see how many Jewish conspiracies there are in bookstores in Pakistan, you name it. And that's a bellwether of the health of a society.
True.
And the United States is making some really bad decisions right now. And I think if America wants to fix this, America has tackled many difficult problems in its history. This is out of control right now.
I agree. Hey, I got to ask you an honest question because I've asked you this before, and she's so damn honest. I don't want to speak for you, but you feel safer in Tel Aviv than you do at your home in Pittsburgh.
Look, I think that I'm very concerned about the trajectory I'm seeing in the U.S. right now. My kids go to a Jewish day school. I go to a synagogue. I'm there several days a week. I can't tell you how many times a day I have to go through security just to see my kids, how many times a day my kids have to see that. And whether you're in Israel or whether you're in the United States as a Jew, the security is part of our lives. Now, you can blame the Jews for that, okay, as many
Jen,
people do.
Because you and I have this relationship, because I have you on the air now, and I have you on a lot because you're the best ever, I take crap over it. I get grief because this amazing woman tells the friggin' truth, and it sucks.
So Marty, I'm sorry,
No,
but
don't
until
I love
it's
you.
got to
Come on.
look. No. What I'm saying here is very simple. Until the Martys of the world, until the people outside of the Jewish community start asking questions of their friends and neighbors who are causing all of these problems, who are hating people just because of their ethnic origin, their religion, their identity. It can't be on the Jews to solve this problem. So, Marty, hats off to you for keeping this going. And I think we need more people. As I told you, I'll if your audience has questions, I'm willing to talk to anybody, anytime, any place, answer any question that people may have about Israel, about Judaism, about whatever. My door's always open. But America, seeing those attacks last week, it makes you sick. But it's going to keep happening. I think we're at the beginning. And I think Tree of Life was the beginning.
Jen, did you see
In
that? Did you see that Jewish organizations spent $800 million on security last year in the States?
I believe it. I look. My kid's school is like a fortress, Marty. Right, synagogue is like a fortress. It's just what you get used to.
It is. It's disgusting.
And I don't want any other community have to go through this. Not our Muslim friends.
No.
No one.
No one.
Right? And so it's my job as someone, if I see Muslims being attacked in this country, I have to stand up for them. Right? We can't expect them to stand up to hatred against them and explain why this is wrong. It's up to us outside of these communities to explain why that's wrong.
Jen, you're the best. Truth to power, my dear.
Anytime.
The best. Truth
Anytime,
to power.
Marty.
She's amazing.
We're about to see a big attack tonight from Lebanon.
Whoa. All right. Be careful, please.
Yeah.
We'll be
big
back.
Big attack.
Listen to The Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents. So when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the one you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Blew out my voice. Could not speak. Period. Excessive radiation and chemo to my throat ruined my throat. UPMC set up 2 doctors, 2 specialists, therapy, voice therapy, breathing therapy, different steroids, different vitamins, different foods, different exercises. UPMC stepped in, and I'm back. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Hey, folks, March is the time, man. The time to look outside and say, I got to get new windows. And the place to go, Universal Windows Direct. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And check this out. 24 months, no payments, no interest. 2 years, $500 off when you start this home improvement project. Call Universal Windows Direct, 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003.
Join Beth Andrews for the Net Worth Financial Hour Saturdays at 1 to get the news and information you need to make your retirement dream a reality. That's the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews, Saturdays at 1. Net Worth Advisors, LLC is a registered investment advisor.
So we had the warm-a-thon. 2D Mechanical gave away to someone in need a $6,000 to $8,000 furnace free. And that's just the start of it. Bob Tootie Mechanical, his people, and I've known Bob since high school, have given away 400 plus free furnaces. Folks, that's greatness. That's a company you want. That's a company you can trust. 412-771-4100, Tootie Mechanical. Folks, appliances are big purchases. That's why I recommend Voss TV and Appliance. Family owned since 1960. Megan, Tracy, the entire Voss team are experts. They know appliances and TVs inside and out. They take the guesswork of shopping and provide helpful advice before, during, and after your purchase. Having knowledgeable people on your side that you can trust matters. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance. The lowest prices, guaranteed.
On Thursday, April 9th, join Center for Victims for our 50-year gala, Lighting Candles in the Darkness. It's an evening honoring hope, healing, and resilience. Reserve your ticket today. centerforvictims.org.
UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information every single day. UPMC.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Man, she's amazing. Trevin, were you watching her when she was telling us about tonight? Were you watching her, Patrick? How chill she is?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, it's going to be a big night.
Patrick, Trevin, did you see her looking up in the sky?
More calm, cool, and collective, more so than I would have been.
It's unbelievable. So she's literally saying, as we go, she's in Tel Aviv live, and it's, what time is it there? Is it 8 hours?
Yeah, it's like 7:30 there.
Okay. And she's looking up to the sky.
I could have sworn, listening in, I thought I heard some things in the background as she was looking up.
I did too, Patrick. I really thought I heard some things. As soon as she was signing off, even I thought I heard some things, but
some things whizzing by.
And she's literally saying, "We're expecting a big bombing tonight from Lebanon." And do you hear what she said? They're in a park, and a cluster bomb comes overhead. For those who don't know, it's literally what it says. The plan is, all right, you'll shoot down our missile, fine, but we'll send one missile that breaks up into 50 missiles, and then it scatters on the ground like nails to blow your friggin' body apart. And she's like, yeah, we saw that on Saturday. We were in the park chilling. It's a different mindset. She's amazing in her history. And I think about her kids and how they've been raised. She was in Afghanistan. She wrote 2 books from Afghanistan. If you look up the definition of badass in the dictionary, that, on top of that, she's brilliant. If you look up the definition of badass in the dictionary, her picture's beside it. Man, amazing. Wow. It's hard to compare anyone to her. You don't believe it till you hear it. Man, they're taking it, though. She's taking it, and she's amazing, and she's been a great conduit for us, a great gatherer of information for us. Wow. And we're going to have her on till she says no. And we're going to stay in touch because I think she provides an amazing insight into what's happening in Israel. And think of the irony, the angst directed toward Trump in America right now. And I swear I just posted it on social because she sent me these last night. She said they're all over Tel Aviv and all over Israel. And they're billboards that say, "Thank you, God," and Donald Trump. Massive, massive digital billboards. "Thank you, God," and Donald Trump. You heard her. He is God over there. And Superman in one.
Yeah, Trump and Netanyahu.
It's true.
Together.
But Netanyahu ain't on those billboards, son. No way. Donald's a man.
Been 30 time, would have been 30, no, would have been 30, being 30, been 29, if that'll help, been 29,000.
Get ready to bid on the equipment you need in the Ritchie Brothers Northeast Regional event on March 25th and 26th. Inventory is housed at locations in Pittsburgh, Northeast Maryland, and North Franklin, Connecticut with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of construction and transportation equipment. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Pittsburgh to sign up. Again, that's rbauction.com/Pittsburgh.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
At Perry Calder, the law firm, they have AI, all right, but it's attorney intelligence. John Perry is one of my close friends. I have brought family and friends into his office. They have doctors on staff to investigate some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania. They care and they win. At Perry Calder, they make sure that you're taken care of. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. AI, all right. Attorney intelligence. Check them out.
Premium roofing starts with a team you can count on. Call the Genius Choice in Roofing. Home Genius Exteriors, where you get a dedicated project team with certified installers. Right now, get 50% off roofing materials, plus no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free, no-obligation roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience. See website for details.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Cloudy and 25 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Pittsburgh Regional Transit says an 18-year-old has been arrested for that shooting incident on a bus along the East Busway Saturday afternoon. Michael Andrews is charged with aggravated assault, carrying a firearm without a license, as well as other crimes. The juvenile victim in the shooting is in critical condition. Pittsburgh City Council has passed a so-called will of council. It urges state lawmakers to include more funding for 2 anti-violence programs in the 2026 state budget. Councilmember Erica Strasburger is a co-sponsor and says this move will become an important part of a lobbying effort by advocates who will be in Harrisburg pushing for the funding later this month.
Just trying to play a little role as much as we can in advocating for continued funding as much as possible.
Council wants to see the state budget providing at least $80 million for the Violence Intervention and Prevention Program and another $12.5 million for the Building Opportunity Throughout of School Time Program. Could the North Shore become the home of a new aquarium? News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has more.
The Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium is looking into placing a new aquarium on the North Shore. Zoo President and CEO Dr. Jeremy Goodman says the current aquarium at the zoo is 25 years old and showing its age. While it would remain in some form,
the new aquarium, if it is feasible, would really be a totally new experience, and we wouldn't just be moving everything over from the zoo.
But it's all still in the earliest planning stages. They're currently conducting an economic impact study, looking at potential funding sources, a location, and more, and it would be several years before any North Shore aquarium could be built, let alone be open to the public. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
Monday was the snowiest 60-degree day on record in Pittsburgh. In Moon Township, the morning high reached 60 degrees ahead of an afternoon and nighttime storm that dropped 6.3 inches of snow. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 148 points, the Nasdaq up 91, the S&P 500 up 24 points. KDKA Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, want to do dinner with us tonight?
I don't know. The kids just left. I think we're just going to stay in tonight.
Oh, come on. Don't miss out again.
Miss out on what?
Catching up with friends. The sounds of winning. Celebrations. Endless laughs. And memories they'll never forget. Don't just hear about the fun. Time moves fast.
so go have it. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
Start to shake off winter and get a fresh start in a fresh new ride from Bowser Hyundai in Pleasant Hills. Right now at Bowser Hyundai, the #1 volume Hyundai dealer in Pittsburgh, fall in love with the SUV that's big on capability. The 2026 Hyundai Kona SE all-wheel drive. Lease it now for only $229 per month. Only at Bowser Hyundai. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles powertrain limited warranty. So don't wait. Get to BowserHyundai.com today before these savings melt like snow. Based on 2025 year-end and January 2026 sales results, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $490 applies. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year, with $2,999 due at signing, with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends March 31st. BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South, on top of the hill.
Wintertime, freezing temperatures, busted pipes. Man, that's terrible. And when that pipe breaks, damage spreads fast. It's terrible. That's when you call Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Yep. 24/7, 365. Residential and commercial water damage emergencies. Stopping that damage, cleaning up the mess, getting your property back to normal and fast. When winter hits hard, demand that yellow van. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh. Call 412-RECOVER. That's 412-RECOVER.
I have questions for you. Do you think any of us grow up wanting to be fat and unhealthy? Do you think any of us want to be put on more meds? Do you think any of us want to keep buying bigger clothes year after year? How about feeling tired all the time and not feeling good? I think not. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Many of these issues are positively changed with our diet. You don't know what to put in your mouth? You don't have the willpower? That's why you deal with me. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN. We can make great things happen in a short period of time.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy, brisk, and much colder through this afternoon. We'll have a couple of snow showers, even a heavier squall that could leave a slippery coating, a high of 28. A snow shower this evening, otherwise cold with clouds, low 19. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. For more than a decade, I've been working with CertaPro Painters, doing great work for me, and now is the time. Get a free estimate, get on the schedule at the right price. You never have to wonder what's next with CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus this Sunday morning at 6:30 as we spotlight our Catholic schools and faith formation programs. Catholic Education Plus is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Bam, bam. Love that song, man. Bam, bam, bam. I want to play something. I want you to hear this. This is why I get annoyed with talking heads and bureaucrats and doofuses. Listen.
The Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium is looking into placing a new aquarium on the North Shore. Zoo President and CEO Dr. Jeremy Goodman says the current aquarium at the zoo is 25 years old and showing its age. While it would remain in some form,
The new aquarium, if it is feasible, would really be a totally new experience, and we wouldn't just be moving everything over from the zoo.
But it's all still in the earliest planning stages. They're currently conducting an economic impact study, looking at potential funding sources, a location, and more, and it would be several years before any North Shore aquarium could be built, let alone be open to the public. David Colorado, News Radio, KDKA.
Oh, man. They also want underground apartments, underwater, Patrick. And they want a water slide from Mount Washington to Gateway Center. I love talking head bureaucrats. You know what I loved about Baldorado's piece, and I love Baldorado, that's my man. Patrick, they have no. First of all, they got old fish, and they make it sound like they have one of those, those old fish tanks that have all the green crap in them, and like one dead goldfish floating on its side. Yes. So, someone at some luncheon said, I got an idea. Yes, go ahead, Gene. I think we should have a new aquarium. Okay, let's call the press. They have no plan. They have no site. And they have no funding. Not to rain on their fish parade, but those aquariums take years and can cost $50 million, some $100 million. But let's just have a news conference. Oh, we're going to have an aquarium on the north side with a Ferris wheel, and you're going to fish from the Ferris wheel.
Maybe the aquarium could be on the Ferris wheel.
Oh, why? Why? I lose my mind. They waste our time. I love those big aquariums. The Pittsburgh Zoo has been an insanely important staple in this town for decades. However, generally, before you float that boat, someone's about to write a big check. Generally, you have some sort of idea about what the hell you're going to do. Not, well, I'd like to put some of those big fish over there on the North Shore. It's at least $50 million. At least. Oh, well, a bunch of folks are asking me about what's going to happen with the teens gone mad downtown during the NFL draft. There will be 8,000 law enforcement officers. I have no issue with what's going to happen at the draft. It's living here now that troubles me and irritates me. I had to grab William. His son, Will, we've been following his story for 6 months. Without boring you, we shot a video of him in the hypnotic state, the zombie state on various drugs downtown. 1 million people saw it, including his father. We intervened. And it took about a month and a half, but we finally got him legitimately help while he's incarcerated. And I stress while he's incarcerated, because if he's out in the streets, he's getting high. How do I know this? Because it's happened 30 times. And I had to grab his dad to kind of read a couple things to him. William, how are you?
I'm okay, Marty. How are you doing?
In our texting in the last 12 hours, it's the most optimistic I've ever heard you about your son. Why?
Well, because I know he's off the streets and he's not shooting himself up with that fentanyl lace with the metatomidine. That's why. Yeah, I didn't know how else to get him to stop.
And he's actually expressing emotions that he couldn't when he was high all the time and or close to death all the time, right?
Yeah, he did. Well, yeah, he always says I love you, but he, he also says he's feeling a little better. And I don't know, his voice changed. It sounded like he sounded a lot different. It sounded like my old boy.
You have hope.
A little bit. Yes, right.
So I have a bunch of sources in law enforcement and in the judicial system that are also judges, as you know, right? Right. And so I have one of my people drill down. This is before Gene Riccardi got involved, quite frankly. and Gene Riccardi changed the course of your son's life by putting him in jail where he couldn't walk away and getting him in rehab. You know that, right? You're so grateful, right?
Right, correct.
All right, so I get a tip that before Riccardi got involved, listen to this, you're going to die. The recommendation from what are being described to me as progressive judges, this is so trite and troubles me. The recommendation before Gene Riccardi got involved was release William on the condition that they tell him to refrain from alcohol and drugs. And the judge would have arraigned him, a progressive judge, and released him. William, this is what sucks about the system, right?
Absolutely, that's a joke, and they've done that already on numerous occasions. Yes, you're right, Marty. Absolutely.
My man, who in their right friggin' mind would see your son's track record and say, come over here, young man. Would you please stay away from drugs and alcohol? Yes, Your Honor. And let your son race out to the streets to get high again. Who the hell would do that with a sane mind?
An idiot. Yeah, I don't know how they can call themselves a judge. Their mental faculties really should be checked. Yeah, for sure.
The judge, if that would have happened, the guards would have left from your son's bed, and he would have immediately been freed from the hospital and back on the street, sir.
Yeah, and they do it with other people, too, and they need to be stopped. They need to be stopped from hurting themselves.
It's unbelievable.
Because they obviously can't do it.
I'll do anything and everything in my power to keep your son there and help others as much as we can. I just thought you should know that today. I know you're not surprised.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I knew that they were going to let him out. And, even with his arrest record, so, because it's nonviolent. That's what they're going on.
He had 3 friggin' warrants and they let him out.
Yeah, right.
All right, brother, hang in there.
Hey, thanks a lot, Marty.
I thought he should hear the truth. And that's the truth.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
It is not hard to destroy a college. Last season, the podcast Campus Files brought you stories of fraternity drug rings, stolen body parts, campus cults, and more.
And now, Campus Files is back for another season.
There's a guy screaming into his phone. He's like, I just saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated right in front of me.
Every week is a new episode and a new story.
It was so chaotic.
It's almost like a university under siege.
Listen to and follow Campus Files. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Staples has hot deals and low prices on everything for your business, like up to $125 off your print order. Ends 4/18. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Talk about timing. I just got a new puppy, and I just discovered Rough Greens. Now, when you think about it, dog food is dead food. Traditional dog food, shelf-stable for years because it's lifeless. Rough Greens is an additive that brings the nutrition back, packed with life vitamins, minerals, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and omega oils. Behind that, Dr. Dennis Black. What a background. Dr. Black is a 40-year cancer survivor and has been helping humans and their pets for over 25 years. So why not start right from the beginning? Just add Rough Greens to your dog's diet, and they're offering you a free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover the shipping. Use discount code KDKA to claim your free Jumpstart trial bag at roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Again, use promo code KDKA. Don't change your dog's food. Just add Rough Greens and watch the health benefits come alive.
It's almost that time for us to feed the need with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank on KDKA Radio. On March 24th, our Giant Eagle Feed the Need Radiothon will be raising money to provide meals for our neighbors in need. Text NEED to 50155 on our Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union text line, and your donation will provide meals locally. Brought to you in part by Aetna and by Isley's and Beano's. Details at kdkaradio.com.
Larry Richard for Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. Refresh your home with beautiful custom window treatments made in Lachina's Pittsburgh factory. No middlemen, just unbeatable factory direct prices. Save on blinds, shades, shutters, and more. Professionally measured and installed by Lachina. Call 412-665-4900 or go to lachinadrapery.com to schedule a free shop at home appointment or visit one of Lachina's 2 showrooms. Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. The quality you deserve, prices you'll appreciate.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Is there constantly someone in the family fighting a cold? Fight back with Sniper, a hospital-grade disinfectant that kills viruses and bacteria, and it won't hurt your skin, your pets, or our environment. Hi, this is Larry Richard. Get Sniper. It's safe to use in your home and office. Simply spray and walk away to kill germs for maximum protection. Pick up a bottle of Sniper at your local True Value store or visit disinfectwithsniper.com. Get it now.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Reed Smith celebrated St. Patrick's Day by opening a Boston office, its 34th location worldwide and 21st in the U.S. The new site initially employs 12, half of whom are partners, and Reed Smith expects to add more attorneys in the coming weeks. It marks the first new office of 2026 for Pittsburgh's largest law firm, or fourth in 14 months. Last year, Reed Smith planted its flag at Atlanta, Denver, and Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, aligning its strategic plan to accelerate growth in its private equity, M&A, finance, and fund formation practices. Also, North Shore-based Gecko Robotics announced it secured a 5-year contract from the United States Navy with a ceiling of $71 million. The company utilizes a suite of robotics and artificial intelligence to perform inspections of infrastructure that would be difficult or dangerous for humans to complete. Gecko, which has previously worked with the Navy, will now start working on 18 ships in the U.S. Pacific Fleet. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
And so it goes. William's son, Will, has been in rehab 30 times. We intervened at least a half a dozen times to get him to a specialist. We had him with the best addiction specialist I've ever met. And he lasted a day and a half. And as soon as he felt strong enough, he ran out of there. He was so jacked up from the treatment. And he was on a ventilator, man. He was so jacked up. He was getting treatment. And he said to hell with it. As soon as he could walk out of the hospital, he did. He was so jacked up, he gets in an Uber car, and he falls out, as they say, like a gym. Literally falls out because he's still so jacked up from the drugs and the withdrawal, and has to go back to the hospital. And my point is, we are so friggin' sideways that this pretrial, whoever the hell's doing this, sees a young man that, by the way, he just had his finger amputated from either one or two things. The xylazine, which kills like the organs where you inject it, the skin contracts and then it dies. I'm no doctor, but this is just what they tell us. Or frostbite, regardless. And so he had to have his finger amputated. He has a hole in his back. They don't know what the hell that's from. He's had kidney failure several times. He has track marks everywhere. He's in his 30s and looks to be 100. And the addiction specialist said to us, to myself and Patrick, because Patrick knows him as well as I do, the next thing that happens to him is he's going to die. All that being said, he ends up in jail for a couple warrants, and he had all this heroin literally on his body in his private parts. And some idiot, and I mean you have to be, and I mean that, you're an idiot. If you look at that man's jacket, as they say, his track record, and decide that you're going to tell him to stay away from drugs and alcohol and kick him to the streets, where he would be high right now. But right now, he's under lock and key. He's not on the floor in the dark, in the fetal position, going through withdrawal like some bad movie from the 70s. He's not Frank Sinatra in The Man with the Golden Arm, for Christ's sakes. He's getting insanely attentive rehab from people that give a damn. But somewhere along the way, this gaggle of idiots decided that, what? The best thing to do is kick him to the street to get high again? I don't get it, man. I cannot wrap my arms around that madness. Jimmy, go ahead.
Marty, hey, I just wanted to make a quick suggestion for that man's father.
Of course.
Ask him, and this has worked for a number of people that I know with different sorts of addictions.
Nice.
Not just drug addiction.
Nice.
You've got to bring Jesus into this situation.
Faith helps.
And get him to say 4 rosaries a day. 4 rosaries every day.
By the way, Christianity is part of the AA program, quite frankly, and that's why some people won't go into it, but okay.
Bring the rosary into his battle.
All right.
4 rosaries a day. If he can't say them by himself, have his father or someone else be there with him.
Nice.
But 4 rosaries a day.
Why 4, sir?
There's 4 different rosaries. And it will, I can't guarantee it'll work, but you've got to bring God into this. And the Blessed Mother, we were all her children. All of us, young, old, everyone. We are all the children of the Blessed Mother.
Well, man, I love your advice, and I love how you think, and I love, admire, respect anyone with faith. And his dad listens, and I'm guessing he's listening right now. So there you go. He's tried everything else. I just love the fact that his dad has hope for the first time. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. And having seen dead bodies myself from people who overdosed, it's a horrific sight. It is. And having done interventions, I've done at least 20, and got people into rehab, and then they went out and overdosed and died. It's horrific pain for family. Leaves widows and kids with no dads and spouses with no husband or wife. And they're all over the streets of Pittsburgh if you spend any time downtown, as we do. And Will is our big project, and if it works, we're going to move on from there and help as many people as we can, because we have an obligation to do the best we can. And I love the call about the prayer, the rosary. A faith is very, very important to a significant number of people. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Colin's next.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Food insecurity is still a reality in our community. 1 in 8 neighbors struggles to put food on the table, and many are seniors. That's why MediConnect is partnering with KDKA Radio to help feed the need right here in our community. MediConnect also helps seniors understand their Medicare options. If you're turning 65 or reviewing coverage, their local experts provide trusted one-on-one guidance at no cost. 888-818-6334. MediConnect, Insurance.com. Love them.
Spring cleaning is upon us, but there's one meaningful box that you don't throw away when cleaning out your closet. It's the box filled with your family's important videotapes, film reels, and photos. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box over a decade ago to help families organize and update their analog media to digital.
Legacy Box is simple and easy. It works and is safe. Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box.
And Legacy Box has been featured in Good Housekeeping, The Today Show, and Rachel Ray.
Legacy Box is like magic, converting your shoebox of memories to the cloud or thumb drive, ready to watch and share.
Declutter your closet by digitizing your media. Become more organized and accomplished, knowing your family's recorded past is safe forever. Take advantage of our spring cleaning sale going on now. It's the easiest task to check off your to-do list.
For a limited time, you can get started for just $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/radio to get our $9 sale. That's legacybox.com/radio to get our $9 offer. Legacybox.com/radio.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between,